Hello, beautiful souls. It's Tanya. Welcome back to the space where we explore people, personalities, and the energy that shapes how we move through life and love. Whew. Today, we step into the world of Aquarius, the visionaries, the rule breakers, the deep thinkers, the ones who don't just walk their path, they build it. Aquarius energy is independence, originality, emotional depth behind calm logic, I would say, and a quiet courage to be different, even when it means standing alone. And today, we're not just talking about Aquarius. We're experiencing it through real stories, real relationships, and real personalities, each beautifully unique in their own way. Because no two Aquarius are ever the same, but somehow they will always recognize each other. Let's see what happens when individuality meets identity and when logic meets emotion. So I can't wait to introduce our beautiful guest today. So let's start with the first one, okay? She is someone who moves through the world with intention and structure. She works in marketing, managing moving parts, timelines, and people. But outside of work, she follows curiosity, new cafes, art galleries, spontaneous beach trips, and an ever-growing list of things she might try one day. She identifies strongly with Aquarius, not through emotional distance, but through independence of mind. She questions trends, values authenticity, and feels deeply but processes privately. She's very loyal, thoughtful, always present, yet often misunderstood as someone who doesn't need a reassurance. But beneath the strength is someone still learning how to balance softness, independence, and connection. This angel is an Aquarius who doesn't disappear in love anymore. She stands beside it. Let's all welcome Mitz. Hi, Mitz.
Hi, Daniel.
I hope you like that introduction because that is a powerful one. Yeah, it's very
cry.
you.
I
You were gonna cry.
Yeah, I was like, God.
Okay, let's hold horses to the emotion because we're going to go deeper later, okay? Welcome to your turn. Thank you so much for making time today. We truly appreciate your presence as Aquarius, and I can't wait to peel those layers.
Oh my God, it's scary, but yeah.
You can handle this, girl. I know you. Now let's go to the second one. He is a learning content designer, someone who literally builds knowledge structures for a living. Which makes sense because he identifies strongly with Aquarius, especially the eccentric and intellectual traits. He describes himself as passionate, intellectual, and in his wife's words, maybe he also believes in this, sometimes an asshole, which already tells you he values honesty over politeness. People assume he's extroverted, but what they often miss is the internal complexity behind the confidence. He's in a relationship and believes anyone who stays long-term with an Aquarius deserves a fucking gold medal. I couldn't agree more. Which tells us love for him is both commitment and endurance. This bloke doesn't just observe the world, he evaluates it. And he's not afraid to say what he thinks about it. Now let's all welcome the only boy of this group, Matt. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Tanya. For having me. I wonder who I was gonna guess who that was.
Of course, it started with
who is she talking about?
Is it me? Oh, the arsehole. Yeah, that's definitely me.
That was it. That was a tell.
That's it. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. I'm very appreciative of Ken for bringing us together on one path.
Whatever happens today, this is her fault.
Yes. Yeah, it definitely will blame her. But I'm sure it's going to be so much fun because I can't wait to meet you on a personal level, Aquarius level. So I'm actually all braces up. So I hope you are excited too.
I'm super excited.
You are super excited. Perfect. Okay. Last but not the least, our next guest embodies Aquarius in the most beautifully authentic way. She's creative photographer by passion and works professionally in finance, balancing structure and imagination in true Aquarius fashion. Born on 17th of February, this beautiful human describes herself simply as someone who does life her way, guided by her values, her beliefs, and her willingness to stand apart from the norm. She's been described by those closest to her as loyal, intense, and wonderfully unpredictable. And while she connects deeply with her inner circle, trust is something she gives slowly and meaningfully. You should, girl. Her wife is also Aquarius! Oh, I can't wait to know about this. A rare and fascinating dynamic we'll definitely be exploring today, especially how two independent spirits create emotional safety together. Let's all hear it for Chris. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Tanya. Thanks for
I hope I
having
got your birthday right. Is that your birthday?
Yep.
Yes,
Chinese
it is.
New Year.
Chinese New Year. Look at you. And your wife is Aquarius. Oh my God. This is what I'm really excited about. Because the dynamics of relationship is really fascinating to me. And I can't wait to find out about that. Because Aquarius to Aquarius, girl, you both okay? It's like logic to logic. Like,
Yeah.
okay, but don't answer anything now, okay? We'll get to that later. But thank you very much for making time today. We really, really appreciate your presence. And I know you're in the land of beautiful, is it Siargao? You live in Siargao? Oh no, you're back in the city.
Not anymore. Back
Okay.
in Luzon, but in the province.
In the province as well. But still, you know what? Countryside is always the best place to live, right? So, but then again, we love Siargao. And I do know that you love that place so much. But thank you
I
very
do.
much for being here with us. Okay, so I guess it is the start of this fucking podcast, and let's get to it, okay? Because what I love about this conversation is how differently Aquarius energy shows up in each person's life. We have Aquarians in long-term partnerships, Aquarians married to different signs, Aquarians married to fellow fucking Aquarians, and Aquarians navigating love independently. We'll explore how they make the relationship work across different zodiac dynamics. What happens when Aquarius loves Pisces? What happens when Aquarius loves another Aquarius? And what an Aquarius stands alone? What lessons does love leave behind? Because Aquarius may be known for independence, but their emotional world runs deeper than most people ever realize. Let's dive into their story today. I hope you are all ready because the first question is going to drop now. I really want to understand this because my husband is an Aquarius man. People say Aquarius are very cold and detached. What do people misunderstand about you emotionally?
I wanna throw in my 2 cents as the spokesperson of the male population of all Aquarians. As the so-called representative. No, honestly, I can't speak for your husband, but from my perspective, there is more logic than emotion. Especially when it comes to me, I usually try to detach emotion because being in a relationship to me is there's a lot of decision making. And although, they say in sales that emotions dictate the decision or control the decision, but it's the logic that justifies the decision. So I wouldn't say that we're cold or calculating, or I feel like it's a common misconception, but it's more of like we are internalizing our emotion, but we're not showing it the conventional way that other people show emotion.
That makes sense because when you internalize something emotionally, the tendency is your logic wins first. So before you start showing emotions, your brain is already saying, no, we don't need to show emotion, or no, that's not necessary. So we just, just speak our mind out. So this is probably why you're being labeled as cold and detached. But how do you feel about that, Mitz? Because of all our group today, you are the one who's not in a relationship. So how do you navigate into that kind of perception or misperception?
I don't know. Like everyone will always tell me that I'm intimidating and that I'm cold, detached, poker face, nonchalant. But in reality, it's really just like, why waste the energy for emotions that's not really that, what do you call this? Not relevant. Sounds harsh, honestly. Moving on is really fast though. But, I don't know. In my head, why would I waste a lot of emotions and reactions towards you if you're not really relevant?
I'm sorry. If you're not really relevant. Oh my God, man.
No, because, my my friends will always tell me, why do people think you're so detached? You're not. You're clingy. And I'm like, yeah, to selective people, not to everyone.
Right. Okay. So that makes sense. So you show true emotions or like the relevant emotion, as you say, to your circle. You just don't willy-nilly just like cry in front of other people or a stranger or someone that you just met 5 weeks ago, even 5 years ago. You're very selective.
Yes.
Is that a common trait of Aquarius, being selective?
I think so.
It is. Okay,
me,
sorry.
yeah.
My camera is, how do you call it? It's doing its zoom because
Zoom.
it's AI. Okay, I'm the AI, okay? Okay, sorry, Chris. Yes. Is that a common trait?
Yep, I'm very selective, maybe because I read the room very well. So I can sense energy if they like me or they don't, if they have some animosity or something. So it's very fast for me to read people. And hindi ako madalas magkamali doon. Maybe it's discernment as they call them. But sometimes it's really the energy that the people are giving out. So kapag naramdaman ko na ay may something, I detach myself immediately.
If you're not willing to share more than what you want with this person or with this group, so you immediately detach.
Yeah.
I'd like to know how you do detach. How do you do it so easily? Is it easy for you to detach?
It's easy for me because it comes with age, maybe. And I know my core already. I am secured with my wife, with my close-knit friends, and with myself. So I'm better off alone instead of being with people who doesn't want me there.
I like that. I like the fact that you are very aware of the circle you have. So you don't really care of losing other people, especially if they're not really relevant in your life. Okay.
Exactly.
So let's talk about detachment. Okay. Would you say you detach or you care more? Let's talk about the circle, your circle. Do you care so much? Like it's choking care?
I do, especially when I was in my 20s. I care a lot. It's different kind of care. It's like obsession.
It's like investing so much. It's so unhealthy. It's bad for you already. Yeah. So
But
when you were younger, but now
kapag naramdaman ko na may something, it's telling me that you should leave. So it's kind of giving my all at first in that relationship, especially with friendship.
Yeah.
Because I'm very secured with my relationship with my wife. So with friendship, it's a different kind of dance, especially when at this age, because I don't meet a lot of people anymore. But when I do care a lot. But if I see that we don't have the same values, we don't have the same morals, that's the time that I detach. But it will take chances, like second chances. Third chance.
100% agree. I completely agree on that because at this age, I only learned it late, okay? Which is quite unfortunate because I spent my whole life as a young girl trying to please everybody, trying to fit in, trying to like, oh, please like me. I'm nice, I'm beautiful, blah, 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 doing everything that it's suffocating. You come out of that relationship or friendship, you don't recognize yourself anymore because you tend to just shape yourself around those circles just to feel like I belong in this. But I've learned as well, I'm 40, I learned that no, you don't like me, sorry, okay, no worries. I don't think it's my problem, it's your problem. You're going to lose some amazing woman here, but bye, right? But how about you, Mitz? When it comes to detaching, do you care so much? Because you mentioned earlier, you're quite clingy.
Yeah.
So you're clingy within your circle. But when it comes to, let's say, a new person coming into your life, do you do you put a boundary immediately?
How people perceive me the first time they meet me is that they'll see me as clingy immediately because I'm very talkative. But it's different. I always say this logic to my friends. It's like I'm a house, but everyone will always have access to my porch, but not everyone will have access to my basement. So it's more like, sure, you will right? Like you will know
Yeah.
everything because I can tell you pretty much how my house looks like.
Yeah.
But you will not know how many like what's in my living room and all of those sorts. Like you will just know how my structure looks like. But that doesn't mean that you have access to me. And people will always tell me, "Oh, but you two look like you've already known each other for 10 years." And like just because I'm a yapper doesn't mean that they know everything.
That's
So, yeah.
amazing. I love that. I love that analogy that you are a house. Yes, I allowed you in. Yes, you can go into my living room and my kitchen, but you're just seeing the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
It's not even the whole of it. So I've got a basement.
Exactly. Like what
That's
if I have
amazing.
100 rooms? You won't
yeah.
know.
What if we got a mansion and you've just stepped into the guard's house? Excuse me.
Exactly.
Right? That's beautiful analogy because we have the tendency to wanting to feel like we belong in a group and we overshare because we thought like, okay, I want to be relatable. I want to be able to let this person that I'm a safe person and you can talk to me about everything. But really, you just choose the right people to come into your house. And it's also, is it also a thing, Mitz, that when you allow them in, so let's say you've got 5 group of friends, not all 5 of them would have access to your basement, probably one of them only.
Yes.
So you select the right people. Oh, now I'm so intrigued how you guys, because I think this is a common thing for Aquarius. So you're very selective on who are the people you let in your life. But Matt, let's go to you. You did as a man. Is it like a normal thing for you to be entirely detached and you just select the people that you let in, or is it just within the confines of your own house?
I'm sorry, did you just assume my gender? No, I'm kidding.
Yes, I did.
Detachment for me, okay, I have 2 sides. One, I can be very territorial, especially for the people that I care about. Like if I care about you, no one in the world can touch you. You know, like I don't want any injustice brought upon you. I'm basically the Jeremy Renner character from the movie The Town, if you've seen it, where Ben Affleck goes to him and he's like, I need your help. You can't ask any questions before or after. You can't ask what it's about. Jeremy Renner goes and says, whose car are we taking? Like if I care about you, then, you have me for life. I'm the type of person who's like, if I accept you as a friend, then that means that I accept everything about you. And I think that's also how relationships work for me. But when it comes to detachment, and this is the funny thing, that I've done this, yearly basis, is that I've unfriended people on Facebook just to get my number down to 300 and below. It's like, I have 500 people by the end of the year. I need to unfriend 200. Who are these people that I don't really interact with, or, that they're fine, and I don't care if I lose them in my life and stuff. It's like, it's very easy
Matt,
for me.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay. 2 questions here. Is it not?
Too.
You did that too? Oh, okay. Okay. Now that answers the
Me
question.
too.
Maybe I only have one.
Hey!
Okay.
Welcome
Okay,
to our world, Taurus. You're in our world now,
Fuck
bitch.
you, okay? Because I was gonna ask you a question, but it looks like you answered all my questions there. Because I was like thinking, okay, is it like because you're OCD that you have to have like a certain number? Is it because like you think 500 is like unrealistic to call friends?
I didn't like the fact that there's a lot of them there.
Jesus Christ! Should I'll contact my team to pray for me.
I have a logical reason for 300, and it is.
You better fucking tell me now, because I am fucking shocked. Because if not, it's not just you. Mitz and Chris did the same thing. So, girls, I'm gonna get to you. I want to know. Okay, Matt, give me the fucking reason. Better be good.
300 isn't a random number. If I'm not mistaken, and I'm pretty sure AI can fact check this, is that 300 is like the baseline number for, like, this is the realistic number of acquaintances and people that you can interact with normally. Anything above that, you're risking leaving someone out. It's also like, there was a reason for the movie 300 being 300 people, because that's the 300 people group of friends that are very close with each other. It's So 300 was the number that I went with.
So 300 is you said that there's a risk of you leaving out, and also there's a risk of you letting people in that is not worthy of being in your life.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, now it makes sense. But please, Mitz, tell me something. Why did you do that? Is it because it's too much for you?
Let's just say I Marie Kondo my social media account. You do not
Probably. It's like your face. You look at your Facebook like a possessed. Like, okay, let's put a holy water on this. So you kept those people you're fine to keep them because you're kind of like, okay, I kind of trust this. What was your standard though when you selected and deleted?
It's more of like, have you had a conversation in a long time? And like, if not, then what kind of contribution did you have in my life for me to keep you, even though we're not talking for like a year? But if we're not talking in a year and you did not, like, we were not friends, we were not close, like Chris and I, we've been friends for a long time, but we haven't really had a proper conversation in years. But I haven't deleted her on my account because we were close before. Like, that's my logic behind it. So if we didn't have any kind of relationship before, we're not talking. Why are you there?
Yeah, well, I'm snooping.
I
am snooping. I want to see what the fuck are you going through. You're successful. See this now. This makes sense because some people in your Facebook friends list are sometimes just snooping around, seeing you fail, seeing your success. Should I clap? Should I not? So now it makes sense. But this is kind of very savage. Because I bet you're sitting down there. Probably it's me, okay? Can you describe how you did it? Because, Chris, I'm going to get to you. You're not saved here. So, if it's me, Taurus, okay? If I start deleting people, I'd be like, I kind of like her even if I don't have interaction. And even if I like her before and then started, no contact at all, I would feel like, sorry. I'd be like that, sorry. I wonder how you, all of you, look like when you were doing it. You're like, nope. Nope.
Yeah.
No. Just like that?
Pretty much.
Pretty much? Jesus Christ. Whew. Hang on a minute. Okay. It's okay. So maybe it's my sign. Okay. Let's just say it's my sign. Nothing is wrong with you guys. Maybe.
No.
Okay, Chris. No, it's normal. Okay, Chris. What was your logic when you started doing that? Did you have also numbers in your head? Like,
I don't have numbers, but politics is a big factor for me during that time.
Okay.
It's very stressful. The past presidential election is very stressful, depressing, and it took a toll on me. So I did that on purpose. And then I'm just cleaning the same as Mitch. I Marie Kondo my friend list as well.
Jeez. Oh my God. Okay, so I get it because we're all of the age that, like we just choose our circle. We just choose the right energy that we let in. And a lot of things are happening in the world now. They're quite negative. Apart from politics, there's also negativity in someone else's life, just airing their dirty laundry out. And sometimes some of them would spout their negativity, and it's just sometimes, come on, I just don't want to see a feed like this. You just want a clean feed. But the logic that you've just explained is a step further. It's like saying, no, I've got nothing against you. I just don't want you in my life. I think that is fucking worse, guys. Are you guys okay? It's like,
I think it's more like I don't need you in my life.
Hang on.
It's like I can live without this person.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound better, Matt. It doesn't sound fucking better.
It doesn't have to be. We're Aquarians.
Oh my God, hang on. Oh my God, the attitude.
Like, it makes sense. It makes sense what he's saying. It makes sense in my head. Like, yeah, why do I need you there if I don't need you in my life?
Oh my God.
And I wish you well. Something like that. Like, I wish you well.
I don't wish you well. Yeah, I just don't want you on my table. Stay on a different table. It's fine.
I love it. Like, I don't need you in my life, but I wish you well. Okay, so we're still grown up, okay?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love the fact that you guys just got the bravado. Like, it's not because you've got how do you call it? It's not personal to you. It's just like logical to you. Just Sorry,
Yeah.
even if you probably see the person you deleted on Facebook and they would know. So let's say that particular person is just quite like, I don't know, anal. And they see like, oh, Chris deleted me. I saw it because normally I would look at her page and look at the photos that she takes, but I couldn't see her anymore unless she blocked me or whatever. But you just simply delete them, right? So, and then you saw each other face to face and they say hi. Of course you would say hi. You won't be too rude, right? But to you, it's nothing personal. Oh, I deleted that person. I shouldn't say hi. But to them, some people will take that personally. How do you feel about that? I already know the answer. Don't fucking answer. You'd say, who fucking cares?
Can I say something?
Yeah, go on.
Hindi umiikot ang mundo sa'yo.
Teka lang.
But
So,
yeah,
bakit kay Iya? Oh my God. Okay, hang on a minute. Okay, I don't want people to mislabel you, but I think this is what your response. I don't fucking care what you label me. Because I've got, like what you said earlier, you're very secure of yourself. Whatever you say to me doesn't penetrate my wall. You know what I mean? So to you, simple, logical. I don't need you on my table. Sorry. Nothing personal. I'm just trying to clean it up. We didn't have any interaction. Bye. Because I let people just go, die on Facebook and let Facebook just clean it up itself because got no time to do Marie Kondo on Facebook.
No, I mean, will you die if I deleted you on my Facebook? Like, will that literally
Exactly.
happen to you? Because if that will happen to you, sure, fine. I'll friend you again, sure, just so you don't. But if you won't die, then why? Why are you?
Why are you so affected? Yeah. Oh
You're
my
breathing.
goodness. Guys, just want to remind you we are only on the second fucking question. Can we just please calm down? Because but no, I'm not saying that change who you are, but this is really the reality that as a Taurus don't see. My husband would do the same. 100%. Do you know why I learned the attitude of feeling indifferent? It's my husband. Because I get affected. I get so affected when you try your best so much for this person. Let's say a family member, not like a first family member. So let's say in-laws. Talagang kailangan binulong ko siya kaya parang hindi maririnig ng in-laws ko, di ba? So in-laws, kunyari, I put my effort to be accepted because I left my family in the Philippines hoping that I would find a family here, but they don't seem to have the same affection or same, I don't know, energy. And I was so sad about it. Really, really sad about it. And my husband said, no, it doesn't matter. Just feel indifferent. They don't matter. If they treat you like they don't matter, make them feel they don't matter either. That's where I learned it. But it took me a while to practice that. So it's like to you, nothing is personal. It's just logical. It's just for me. It's for my sanity. I have to do this. So now we're going on the third. Okay, I don't want to count the question here because I'm telling you, this is just getting better and better. I'd like you to reflect on this. Do you think Aquarians feel deeply but process privately? Are the emotions something you logically manage? Like you alone? Like, do you have the tendency to share it with other people? Or you manage it first, and if you think it's getting out of hand, you start involving other people, like people you trust?
Yes, I tend to isolate when it comes to processing heavy things. I have tiering in my head when it comes to, okay, this is something this is advanced level, so I'll just handle it on my own. And when it's just work stuff, it's heavy, but it's not really that deep, I do have one person that I always call to just vent out and just process it. But in terms of processing my emotion, that's me.
As much as possible, you do not involve people, especially because it's something so private for you. You just want to process it first before discussing it. Because I think what happens here is when you feel, because Aquarius are quite known to be logical, so you function here first. So when something heavy happens or deep or something sad or whatever, instead of processing it emotionally, you process it here first, and it goes down slowly here. And it's before it goes here, it's not that painful anymore. I'm not saying that you guys are rocked up at you don't feel anything. It's just that you process it so differently from the rest of the population, and that way you're able to control how it consumes you before it actually obliterate you as a human being to function. Does that make sense for everybody? Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay. Thanks, Mitz. How about you, Chris?
I feel it first deeply. So
Okay.
I process it alone, but luckily I do have my wife to confide to. So I can talk to her with anything, as in lahat ng emotion. But I process it first for an hour or so, and then I talk to her because she has a different kind of logic. Maybe I'm an Aquarian with so much emotion.
Mhm.
So pagka sinabayan ko yung emotion na magkakaroon ako ng reaction immediately. But if I
Mhm.
talk to her, kanya ng sense lahat ng mga bagay-bagay. It's like a
Mhm.
bird's eye view. So, nakakalma ko after nun. So, I'm very lucky.
Your wife is also Aquarius, right? So
Yeah,
means
yeah.
both of you are Aquarius. So you are a different Aquarius. So you are more
Yeah.
of like here, heart,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So but she is different. She's here. So
Yes.
now when you process things, you need an outside person that you trust, which is your wife,
Yes.
to process it at the same time emotionally, and she does the logically, and that calms you
Yep.
down and puts you, okay, right, this is what's going to happen, or this is what's happening, and this is how I'm going to process it. But still, it's like a close-knit circle.
Yeah.
So it's not overflowing. So
Mm.
it's not something that it's bothering you and then you just keep it to yourself. Because Mitz is the same. She's got one particular person that she goes to, but she needs to process it first. Very Aquarian. I think that's it. Before you come ask people for help, whether they're close to you or a family member, you do it first. Because you just feel much better if you think about it first and process it. How about Matt?
I see you saved the best for last.
Yes.
No. I think emotions for me, when it comes to processing like heavy emotions, I think we're all similar in regard to being able to process it ourselves. I have learned to be a little bit vulnerable, especially in front of the people that I care about. So like my wife, a handful of friends, that I can, tell them what my emotions are. And what's funny to me is that sometimes I do it intentionally, even though I've already processed it, just to see, just to learn what the other half, how normal people should react to that particular emotion. It's like, oh, I probably should have been scared at that moment, but I wasn't. Okay, good to know. But to me, it's more of compartmentalizing emotions into a for me, it's a very simple thing. Like if you're hungry, fucking eat. If you're tired, then sleep. Like less drama. There's really nothing more to think about in my head when it comes to that. If you're stressful, then do what do something to remove the stress. Like take action or just formulate a plan. I don't know. I have a very logical brain, I feel like.
Yeah, you
so
do,
I
because
usually approach emotions logically.
So yours is different with Chris and Mitz because they process it first, and then of course as a woman, I think, which is very natural, that you process it emotionally. How does it make me feel? And now the logic kicks in because I think your main driver, your main operating system is your head. So when you started to feel like more than it should feel, your brain starts kicking in. Say, hang on a minute, okay, do we do this alone or do we ask someone else to look at it in a different perspective, which Matt does as well, but because his just stops in being logical. Before he puts emotion, he would go to the person he trusts, which is his wife, and says, okay, you attach emotion to this. What is happening here? So this is what are the normal people doing? What do you normal people do? Because to him, it's just simple. This is not nice. I don't want to do it. I don't want to complete the process. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I also
It's
might be a
very
psychopath
simple.
too. So
Yeah, maybe you are. Okay, it's a full discovery, Matt. We're not closing the door for your healing
Perfect.
here. Okay, but now we're going deeper because we got to know the first level of the surface. I want to know the Aquarius mind, okay? Because I know we kind of peeled a little bit about your mind. What I want to ask here, because I already know the answer here, because sitting with Virgo and also knowing as an Aquarius and also a person who knows a lot about signs, I think I already know what your answer here, but please feel free to say your piece, okay? With no holds bar. Do you think you think faster than people around you? And does that make you feel isolated? Or does that make you feel superior? Okay, everyone's quiet.
That
Is
is
it
such a
because
loaded question.
it is a
No,
loaded question?
I think we're internalizing. Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
to take in from that
It's
question.
so hard
Like,
to answer.
hold up.
Yeah.
I'm
What
the
I
top.
love what I love about this is because when I ask Virgo these questions, okay, quite similar questions, not identical, they are like, boom, boom, answers right away. You could see the reactions. Difference with fucking Aquarius is you see them pause, fucking thinking. I'm going to process it. Give me a minute, Tanya. So, okay, now you're going to give my editors a hard time because there's going to be loads of pauses every after I ask a question because I need to give you time to think. Lord Jesus, why did you give me the Aquarius who needs time to process? But it's all right. Please take your time. Let me ask the question again. Do you think faster than people around you? So shall we stick on that?
Feeling ko mabilis mag-isip because we don't care or I don't care. Kung may gusto kong sabihin, sasabihin ko siya agad. Hindi
Okay,
ako.
Chris, you don't have filter.
No, but
Let me
it's
just ask,
really-
is your wife your filter?
Yeah.
So you just say things. See, the thing is for you, I don't think you don't care. I think because to you, nothing is personal. So you say
Yeah.
what your brain is dictating or what you think is the answer for
Yeah.
this according to your own beliefs.
Yeah.
And then too late to know when you said something that kind of like, okay, I think I offended her.
I think that's backed up with morals and values still.
Yes. Okay.
It's very loaded, that personality and such. But as long as I know the answer, I answer it quickly.
Quickly
And-
and honestly.
Yeah, and honestly.
My God, it's amazing because it's like me. I tend to answer quickly. I think it's my trauma in the past. Okay, it's also a defense mechanism. Like I have to answer right away because if I don't, I get in trouble. Okay, so that kind of like shape my background or my personality as a person. So if you ask me a question, I don't process it. I just like look at the last part that was mentioned and I stick to that and I answer it. And too late to know, like, oh, hang on a minute, I have more to say. But I've been learning to, really pause, like what you guys are doing to really answer that. So who's going to back up Chris here? Do you also think faster?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't feel faster, you think faster.
Yes. And now I've learned to pause because I've offended a lot of people in the past because I had no filter. And not because I don't, it's not, yeah.
You're
as what-
mean or rude, yeah?
It's just that, like, if you're telling me a problem, especially about love life, and my thought process is that, why are you stupid? I will try to find a way to tell you that, girl, probably this is not the best thing for you. Like, try to empathize in any way, but in my head, girl,
Again, the good thing about you guys is because you think fast, you just don't say mean stuff. You also, of course, say it appropriately. You just don't say, tanga ka ba? No, you maybe you could say that to your own circle,
Sometimes,
right?
Yeah.
Yes, to your own circle. But of course, if someone, let's say in a group, let's say you're in a meeting with someone, your own team, you don't say that to your team, the people who's looking up to you. So you kind of like, okay, reassess, recalibrate. Oh my God. My screen is always like doing this. Like the moment I just do that. So you recalibrate your head depending on your audience, right? So you just don't say outright, ay tanga.
sometimes it's lips.
It's what? It's,
Lips, yeah. Bigla siyang lumalabas, kahit ayaw mo. Parang wait
that's
lang.
it.
Oh,
So do you retrieve? So when it's lips, how do you retrieve yourself? Do you like apologize or like no?
why will I say sorry to something that's true?
Nasabi ko na, ano ba naman? Bakit ko pababawiin?
Papanindigan
mo yan, mates. Yeah. Oh, sabihin, kunyari, busy, ito nga ito masama di ba? Correct me if I'm wrong before we go to Matt. Correct me if I'm wrong. So when you're busy, someone asks your advice, you're on your phone, or let's say you're in the middle of work, whatever, and someone asks your advice, kasi itong boylet ko, ganyan, alam mo namang red flag, nakikinig ka pa, okay? So because now your defense is closed, because you're multitasking, your response normally is unfiltered 100%.
Yeah.
Right? Ha? Mapapaganon ka pa bago ka pa magsalita. Yung reaction mo kita ng lahat.
Yes.
Bakit
Bakit
mo
ka kasi
binalikan?
tanga?
Yeah. So, the tendency, do you catch yourself when you say things like that? Or you just panindigan ko na siya?
May split second na, shit, lumabas. Tapos, didiretsuhin ko na. Well, nasabi ko na, didiretso na natin. Tatagtarin ko na siya. Tapos, wala na lang siya magagawa.
So,
Facts naman lahat ng sinasabi ko.
well, see, that's the thing. Truthful. So, sometimes, did anyone ever actually say, oh, sakit naman nun?
All the time.
So, they do. Okay?
And I still don't care.
Sana all.
Matt, so how do you do it? So do you think faster? I bet you do.
I just need a comment on what Mitz says. Like I totally resonate with that. When people like they ask what was the question that you asked?
You're like, iwan ko ba ang boyfriend ko, ganon?
Oh yeah. And then it's more of like it slipped and then nilagay mo kasi yung sarili mo sa position na yun. You know, it's like that. I mean, there's no one else to blame but you. You know, like if all your relationships are toxic, you're the common denominator. I'm sorry. I'm just speaking facts. And then in my head, it's more of like liberating this person because I don't think anyone else in their life is going to be that blunt and they deserve to hear it at least from someone.
Oh my God.
So
okay, can I just say something before you continue, Matt?
Sure.
Oh my God. Okay, so now if I want truth, if I want real advice, like no holds barred, like because I like the fact what Matt said there, I'm liberating you. And the only way to liberate you is to tell you the truth that yes, okay, fine, you're not the toxic one. I'm just saying, stop putting yourself with the wrong people. I think the pattern here is so obvious that the types of men or women you date is this. So I think it's the way you look at relationship. You're probably trying to get external validation from these people, and the tendency is you don't give it to yourself. So I like the fact that you liberate people with your truth. So now when you say it out loud, when it slips, it doesn't affect you when you hurt the person. It does, of course, because you're still a human being, but it just makes you like, you want the truth? This is the truth. So if I want a friend who I would hear the truth from, yung totoo, especially if I'm going through something, I go for Aquarius.
Yep.
That's my takeaway from here. Because it's like, what an amazing conversation with someone that you try to go, kawawa ka naman, o tanga sila. Ayoko din ng kampihan, na alam mo naman na toxic yung tao, yung friend mo, or yung person na close sa'yo, and the tendency is you try to fix them and try to tell them the problem is the outside world, not you. But you're just stating the facts. So you're more unfactual. You don't highlight the mistake of the person. You're just factual. Is that what you're saying?
We highlight sometimes.
True.
Pero highlight you. It's fact. Okay, so whether you don't really select what would offend, you just say the facts.
Yeah.
So whether that fact is hurtful or not, you'll say it because it's factual.
Yeah.
So you don't sugarcoat.
We emphasize.
You emphasize kung gaano ka tanga.
Yeah. Kasi kung mali ka.
I'd say the
That's
facts is based off of, perception. Like our observation. Like this is how we've seen, your relationship happen. These are the countless times that you've come to us with drama, and I think just from my perspective, I try to stay away from drama and bullshit. So if you want an honest answer, then you can come to me. I'll give you an honest answer. But I've learned to use softening language, like have you considered, as opposed to being straightforward. Although to Mitz's point, like it sometimes slips, and I am unapologetic about it when it does.
Now I want to know, because you guys have got common denominator. You're very factual, so you're very straight. So when you slip, you just keep on with it. There's no way you would just say, sorry, I said that. Okay, so I want to know, have you lost someone because you're so fucking truthful?
A lot.
Like the fact that whether it's a friend or relationship, like it's too hurtful for them because it's just they cannot no, they cannot accept the way you just say things. Have you lost someone, a friend, a relationship? You did.
I'd say it's their loss.
Yes.
That's not
Yeah.
not
That's
not
very
ours. It's their loss.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to
Because
surround themselves with people that would gaslight them and kind of, live in their world, but it's not the reality that we see.
You're not gonna participate in that, right?
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
now I like to surround myself with Aquarius because
See,
can I be honest with you? Yeah, this is my perception of Aquarius, having an Aquarian husband. Okay, I think you're cold and detached, that you're just functioning here, but your logic way of thinking is just so fucking straight. It's just so factual. You say the truth, that's it. I'm not gonna gaslight you. People will think that, oh, sakit naman nun. Oh, sige, gusto mo lokohin kita, gaslight kita. Would you rather have that? No, I'd rather have someone who's fucking straight to the point.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense. I'm understanding it in a deeper level where, oh my God, now this is why. My husband doesn't, because I think it's a British culture. Okay, that they're so fucking polite. Sarcasm, though, is the giveaway. That's the only way you can find out that if they're, like, oh, okay, so this is a joke because it's sarcasm. I know how to decipher sarcasm now, but I do understand when I speak. Let's say I run to my husband, I say something, a problem at work, whatever. My husband would just be pretty logical. There's no emotion in there, and I always feel like that is so cold. So now we've got this rule. I don't know if that you could do this, or I don't know if you do this, because as a Taurus, it's too much for me that you're so logical. So I said, could we meet halfway? Could you ask me first, what do you want? Advice, or do you want an honest answer? And then if I say, okay, I want an honest answer, so this is where he wears his Aquarius hat. But if I want to, advise, let's say as a husband, okay, then I'll wear my husband hat. It works for me so well because now I get what I want from that relationship. I would say sometimes both. Can you wear first the husband hat and then you do wear the Aquarius hat? Because I want both. I want fucking both.
Yeah.
But sometimes if I'm too high emotion, I want the Aquarius hat. Because I don't want any emotional anymore. I don't want any touch. I don't want let's hug. No. Sorry, no. I need facts. So now it makes sense. Now, okay, I'm going to go deeper on this, okay? So you've lost people because of your being truthful. And I'm sure you don't fucking care. Why would I ask that follow-up question? Because I think I already know the answer. Now, I'd like to go to Chris. What does doing life your way look like in daily decision as an Aquarius? So what is an Aquarius daily life? So you don't surround yourself with fake people. You don't surround yourself with the negative vibe. What is an Aquarius day to day for Chris?
For me, it's very simple. It's like walk the dogs, cook, clean, sweep the floor. Kasi for me, pag naglilinis ako, it calms my mind because there's a lot inside my mind. Kapag nag-aayos ako sa bahay, nalilinis ko. Hindi lang yung bahay, yung utak ko rin.
So you organize visually, which tells your brain I'm organized here. So
Yeah.
by the sounds of it, Chris, it doesn't involve other people, like outside people, like
I schedule people in my life. I
there's a
calendar.
fucking appointment.
Kaya, ayun, kapag gusto mong pumasok sa buhay ko, and if I have friends whom I love and want to spend time with, I schedule them ahead of time. Because I live in the province now. Some of them are in Manila. So it will take me around 3-hour drive from here to Manila. So I have to schedule things.
Right. And also for your mental well-being, right? For your well-being. Do you prime yourself, Chris, meeting people?
Yeah. It's like an energy shift or something.
Oh my
It's like
God.
I prepare myself if I'm gonna meet some of my friends na perky. So kailangan nag-amp up na ako ng mga music, mga kung ano-ano music.
So okay, you it takes priming. Is it a thing, Matt, for you? Do you prime yourself meeting people? Or are you sociable? Aquarius.
I'm sociable when I need to be. So like when I'm required to be sociable, which is funny in my line of work, especially when I was a trainer, I needed to interact with a lot of people. But I'm also a self-proclaimed introvert. So I feel like meeting people, priming myself or preparing myself to meet people is more of on my introvert self rather than my Aquarian self. I also live in the province, and I think where I'm at is like the introvert's paradise, because like we're at the far end of, you know, a couple kilometers of rice field. It's like away from civilization, which is great, you know, and perfect for me. And I'm a homebody anyway, so I rarely go out. And to Chris's point, yeah, you got to schedule. You know, I need things to be scheduled
oh my God.
in advance. But, you know, you can't get me off. You know, you can't get me out of the house and be like, "Hey, Matt, let's go to this place." Like, where are we going? Who's gonna be there? What are we gonna do? And how long are we staying there? Because I need to know these things just to be mentally prepared.
Logistics.
Yep.
Yeah, so okay. Oh my God. I think it's something to do with you functioning with your brain, because you're going to be with a lot of people, and of course, you know, there's a lot of exchange of energy there, and there's a lot of conversation as well, and you'll be hearing shit stories from people. So you also become selective of the people that you spend time with. And so when
There is an
someone just
exception.
decided, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the exception is my wife. So like when my wife says, "Hey, let's go here," or like I have a Christmas party with my friends, I'm like, I don't care who's there, as long as you're there. Sure, let's go. It's like I shut my
Same,
brain
same
off
with me.
for her.
Okay, hold that thought, okay? Because I want to know, because if everyone outside your circle, let's say friends, okay, not family within your household, they need, oh my goodness, they need to, how do you call it? They need to do an appointment, okay? They need to book it in advance. But the people in your household can just immediately say, "Oh, we've got a party. Oh, we go to this place." So you immediately shift. Okay, I want to know something before that, but I want to know first, Mitz, what's your day-to-day as Aquarius? Like Chris and Matt, by
Yeah.
appointment as well. Oh, fucking hell. I should
Yes.
probably call you like surgeons or whatever, like a fucking
Like,
hospital.
I actually recently met up with my friends, and they didn't see me all year last year. They only saw me like last weekend, because I kept declining.
Is it
Because
for
I
your
have to
mental
think about-
well-being?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
logistics of it. Like I live in the province too, so if I go to Manila, that's how long, and that's gonna be a couple of hours. I have to go home late at night, and how about my sleep? Like the logistics of it. How many people are we talking about? Is this gonna be a dinner? Are we going coffee? If we don't have coffee, I will say no. Like those things. Like if you want to party,
So you
after-
think in advance, yeah.
yeah.
Chris and Matt. Within your household, your wives says, "Okay, we want to go to, I don't know, because we call it Costco here, SNR." Okay, so many people in there. I know you don't communicate with them, but you still communicate with the till people. I say, "How much is this?" Or let's say, or whoever. How do you function in a group or in a situation that you were forced to be in as an Aquarius?
There's a lot of eye rolls.
Really? So this is where the discernment happens, right? You step away mentally to survive
Yeah.
that setting.
Especially if their energy is very draining. Yung pag-uwi mo sa bahay, pagod ka. Iniwasan ko talaga yung mga ganun tao. Pero kapag kahit ang dami na nating ginawa, itong barkadang to, kahit maghapon, magtamag, nagmadaling araw na, pag-uwi ko sa bahay, hindi ako pagod. Mentally, physically, everything. Yun yung mga taong sinasamahan ko talaga.
Yeah, so it means when you are forced in a setting where even if it's not your wives or even it's not your partners or family member, let's say trabajo, you have to mentally prepare yourself for those situations because it can go badly. Either you would it leak your face that you're not enjoying?
Yes.
So you can't hide. Like you can't you can't just have the plastic. So it will leak. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Oh my goodness. So okay, Matt, how do you do it when your wife asks you, "Let's go to a Christmas party"?
Ah, perfect, because that's exactly what happened last year. So my wife is part of like an airsoft group. I don't know anyone there, but I've heard stories that she told me. And when she said, you know, that she wants me to go with her, My behavior is usually I'm quiet. I have my walls up. I observe because I want to see how other people interact with each other first before, like I don't want to come in hot and start interacting without knowing if I am going to be offending them or whatnot, because I'm there with my wife and I don't want any of this coming back to her is my point. Yes, I'm very quiet in the beginning and I usually get questions like, bakit ang tahimik? It's like, akala ko ba madaldal yan or masarap kasama yan. It's like, just give him time. So it usually takes me a while to get me to take me out of my shell, and I sometimes find opportunities to crack a joke or like humor is my fallback always. But whenever I do that and I see that their friends are responding, then I try to find where the line is. So I turn my humor darker and darker until I find, okay, so I guess we can't talk about midgets anymore. I can't. I guess we can't talk about autism. I think I struck a nerve on someone. Sorry.
It's too dark now.
I know. Yeah. But I try to stay away from drama. I try to stay away from politics. Like when people have like their own opinions. Like, okay, I'm backing away from that. That is not my jam. I'm just gonna nod my head and say yes.
Okay, so can I ask this question? Because I'm gonna let you on a break, okay? I'm gonna ask 2 questions. So first of all, do you have smaller group of friends now?
Yes.
So it means,
definitely.
Can I ask, is it less than 5 or within 5 fingers?
Yes.
Within 5.
For Matt, within 5. How about you, Mitz?
6.
6, okay. So 5 and 6, my goodness. Here I thought something is wrong with me because I'm trying to reduce the 5 to 2. I'm trying to reduce it. But I just feel like 5 or 2 or 3 are a lot. So most of the time I would say they are more acquaintance because I tend to open a lot with people and I get disappointed quite quickly. So this is probably why I'm trying to whittle them down. Okay. The next question I want to leave you before, so you can't answer this one yet. Okay. I'm going to let you go on a break, but I'd like to leave you this question that you can answer when we go back. Okay. Does Aquarius really have boundaries, or who taught you boundaries? Especially growing up in the Philippines, our culture, hug mo si tita, kiss mo si ninong, or whatever. So that boundary has been crossed long time ago when we were kids. How did you learn it? Catch you later, guys. Welcome back to Your Turn. It's getting more exciting, okay? I've left these guys a question because it's a perfect segue to go deeper. Because after this question, we're going into the Aquarius Love Blueprint. I want to get to know you when it comes to love, okay? But let's go first with the question I've left you. Who taught you boundaries? Was it life? Was it pain? Or just your personality? Because like I said, it's not a natural thing to have boundaries when we were children, especially in the culture that we grew up to. Our parents, from boomer parents, we learned that, like kiss, auntie, whatever, and all those sorts of stuff. So shall we go with you, Matt?
Sure. I think it's a combination between life and pain. From my former relationship with a Virgo, I don't know why I said the zodiac sign. It just felt appropriate. So I've only had 2 relationships my whole life. One was 13 years and the current one is going 14 years this year. And from my 13-year failed relationship, I kind of became cynical, with love altogether. It's like, I don't care about love. I feel like people in love are fake. It was that type of mindset. So I kind of started self-sabotaging. Like whenever I liked someone, I'd rather throw out my all of my personality, and if they stay and accept me for who I am, then I know that person is for me. Like I know that I'm gonna love this person. So that was kind of the approach with my current relationship when we first started going out. And when we got to know each other, I noticed that she stayed. So and fortunately, and I'd like to say that she's just tolerating me. We are going 14 years strong. So yeah, the boundaries came from a previous failed relationship and the pain that came with it. Yes.
Chingai, I will give you an award, okay, for keeping up with Matt. So, because
she deserves it.
Yeah, she does 100% because discovering Aquarius just on a fucking surface level. I'm like, I'm loving the Aquarius when it comes to truth, okay? But because of you being able to distinguish the personal and the emotional boundaries here, I'm just super impressed. It is very rare to have this kind of skill. I would say skill because it's not an innate thing. Finding, which are the people I'm going to allow myself in my life. So you learned it from failed relationships. It revealed a lot about who you are and who you want to be in your life, Matt. How about you, Mitz? Was it life alone or pain, really?
More pain and then life.
Mm-hmm. Pain.
Yeah.
Was it also because of the failed relationships or broken friendships?
Yeah. A lot of betrayal here and there. And I think what I learned now in terms of boundaries is that I still let myself, let people in. Hindi naman yung totally nag-close ako talaga na parang ayoko na sa inyo lahat, wala kayo dyan. It's not really that. So having to learn that balance of discerning sino yung worthy to let people in. Ganyan. Ang hirap kasi magsalita ng kung ano yung mga nangyari before.
Yeah, but because it's more of the failed relationship.
Yeah.
What was the drop of the coin that made you put that boundary?
Repeated na no matter how many times you sit down and talk about this certain pag-uugali or treatment to you, hindi pa rin nagbabago. In my head, pili mo na lang talaga maging gago. So, parang nag-usap naman tayo and then malinaw naman yung usap natin. Hindi man ako nagtunog alien or, alam mo yun, parang you confirm that you wanted to change. So in my head, okay, well, we have an agreement. And then you do the same shit again. And I'm like, bro, you're just choosing this. Is it for fun? For the thrill of it? And that before, because I had an 8-year relationship before, I let that get away. Like, I forgive because. And then the last one I was in, no matter what kind of conversation we had, parang I ended it telling him na we're not really just compatible. No matter how much we try to work on it, it's really not gonna work. So Aquarius and Leo, no, it's not.
Oh, Leo. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my mom is a Leo, okay? So I get it, girl. I get it. But did you feel that you betray yourself for staying in a relationship that has the repetitive behavior that you called out?
Yeah, that was the hardest thing to forgive. The betrayal of myself, because alam mong mali, but you're staying. So that's something that I had to learn. Actually, neto lang. Last year lang, yeah. Na parang you'd have to really realize, wait lang, it's hard to walk away because in your head, I love this person. Because when I love deeply. Like, you want the moon, sure, I'll give it to you. Like that level of love. But then I'm betraying myself na multiple times na when I get out of the relationship, sino siya? Hindi ko na siya kilala. And I'm no longer happy here. So
yeah. So you had a hard time picking yourself up. So the boundary just came in quite late. I get it, girl. I get it. Chris, how about you? Who taught you boundaries?
It's the same with Matt. It's life and failed relationships. Nung naranasan ko yun lahat, di naman all at once na alam ko na kung saan ako tatayo agad. Hindi siya ganon. Still, it's a work in progress. Up until now, I'm still learning. Especially if I meet new people. Siyempre, magkakaroon ka na naman ng bagong pag-aaral kung saan ka ba lulugar sa buhay niya. Especially with in-laws.
Everything is a learning progress. Now, because we're talking about relationship, we'll go deeper about your love, okay? The blueprint of Aquarius, okay? You have different types of relationships now, and some of the questions might be kind of like personal to you, like just for you, or too personal to answer. If you think this is too personal, please feel free. You can answer it, but you tell me, can you bleep this, Tanya? Okay? Because I respect your boundaries, and I want you to take this space as a safe space to actually open up. Okay? Because there is something Matt has messaged me earlier. about the incident about the Christmas party, okay? He messaged me during break. He's done a lot more worse. But for him, it's common. He would do that because he's kind of like too exhausted for that kind of energy. So, because again, this is not your circle. You did not choose this. You were put in that situation because you love the person. So he fell asleep in the car, okay? He left the party, stayed in the car, waited for his wife, okay?
Yeah,
Why
there
do
was
you
a part
feel
in
the
the
need
party
to
was
leave?
like, there was a part of the party where it's like, it's boring now. It's just like everyone was talking, you know, they were in their own groups, and I was waiting for either like a major table session with everyone there, you know, just her and a bunch of friends. But I think like her friends were also with family members, so like they were in small groups. And usually with the party, you know, like other people would wait for like the inuman part. Right. So I was literally waiting for that too. Cause like, I feel like I would loosen up when that happens, but it took so damn long for them to have a drinking session with just all of them that I turned to her and said, "Tulog mo na sa kotse." It's like,
What did she say?
Naantok na ako. She's like, yeah, okay. And then she gave me the keys. So you know, I went to you know, like, if you want to wake me up, then wake me up. Then, you know, but like I'm drained right now. There's really nothing happening. So bye. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, now, let's stick to that, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong, Matt. Chingai is Pisces. So how does your Pisces partner, Chingai, emotionally balance you? Because we already know you function as a logical person. So how?
She is the emotional side. Or at least like she processes emotions way better than I do. At least she's more vocal with her emotions. So I usually come to her for emotional advice, if that makes sense. But and she comes to me for emotional support, which I'm still trying to learn. So what I've learned in our relationship is whenever she says something, I remember that you referenced the question earlier. It's like, do you want advice or do you just want me to listen? You know, I think that's been very helpful because my problem solving brain immediately goes into advice mode, and she's like, she doesn't, you know, it's something that she doesn't need at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've kind of learned to discern between whether or not she's telling me something because she wants me to be a good listener or she's telling me something because she wants my advice. So I usually ask her first.
Okay, Matt, you are on the highlight now, okay? Because we're going one by one, okay? You girls are not safe, okay? Just hold your horses. We'll put Matt first to grilling, okay? Grilling station, bring it, okay? Who fucking apologizes first? Bring it?
Oh no, not me. Yeah, the thing about me is that if I know I'm right, then I would stand my ground and be very proud of it. And in my head, like, I don't think it's an ego thing. It's more of like there's nothing to apologize. You know, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, I'm, you know, so there have been times, and she knows this about me too, which is why I really, you know, she really deserves that medal, because I can also detach from her emotionally. I can ignore her for days, and I've given her the silent treatment before, and if she watches this, she's gonna hate me for it. But yeah, there have been times that I've just completely ignored her, and like she, you know, like she meant nothing to me, like she didn't exist. And I've done this with family members as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if other people did that with family members. Like, so. But then, like, when we get to talking, we both end up apologizing for our mistakes. It's more of, you know, just owning up to it and, you know, taking accountability. But yeah, I can be a brat sometimes.
This is becoming personal, the question, okay? What made you decide to fully detach from her? That's just like kind of surprising. Like, okay, it's like you protecting yourself. That's why you detach. So I understand that emotional level, but what made you wanting to detach? Is it because you're trying to protect something? Relationship? You?
I think that it's more of just, I don't have the energy for drama. You know, and it probably, most of the time it gets to a point where we're just running around in circles. You know what I mean? So like, it's just, exhausting for me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna turn my back on you, and yeah, I know that she hates this because what was it like? There's I think it's a Neo song about like not going to bed mad or something. I can't remember the title. It might be Mad. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't want to go to bed mad. But I do that most of the time whenever we fight. But we rarely fight anyway. So, but when we do, it's a huge explosion of emotion. And I'm just like, I don't want any part of this. So I'm silent. I've even gone as far as blocking her, and I'm sending her on Facebook as well. Because like, I don't want to talk. I don't need anything coming from you at the moment. Like when I'm very immature of me. But yeah, this was like within our 14 years of, 14-year relationship, it has happened several times where it's like, we're fighting through chat or in chat, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm done with this. Unfriend, block. Yeah.
You're a different level. But I respect it, okay? Don't get me wrong. I think if you're married for too long, you don't have the fucking drama for silly things, okay? If you need time, if you need to sleep it off, fucking sleep it off. Whose rules is it they're making that you can't sleep off when you're upset? It depends on you. If you do that, good for you. But for me and my husband, if I'm Taurus, so I'm heightened emotion when I'm so upset. I don't want to be touched, okay? I don't want to resolve it now. Let me simmer, because once that bubbles are done, okay, we can talk. I'll lead you the way. And my husband, who's Aquarius, already knew that, okay, this is the way I can only attach from this. But he also detaches himself, because he knows, okay, Tanya wants me to detach. Oh, I think this is the healthy way. I think what you're doing, Matt and Chinka,
he's
is
probably like, thank God she did it first.
Yes, exactly. Because it's like healthy way of your relationship to keep on going, because this is you respecting individuality, the difference between you, the two. Like what you said, everyone who is in a relationship with Aquarius really needs a medal if you've been in a relationship with them for so long. Because understanding the detachment, it doesn't mean that I hate you. I just need to protect what is left of me or of this relationship. So let's do it. Or if you could deal with it now, it's not going to end up really well. So that's my point of view, right? So we're not done yet with you, okay, Matt? So because I find it very fascinating that your relationship is 14 years, right? So what does she understand about you that others don't? So you talked about a failed relationship.
Yeah. I think boundaries, like she, and also I guess my introversion, like she understands like when I want to be left alone, she leaves me alone. When I want to be with friends and not her, she understands that. Like there's no drama about like, oh, you don't want me to be with you, or like, why didn't you invite me? And that's what I really appreciate from her, is that she, and like I said, like I usually am straightforward with all of my flaws in the beginning, just to dissuade anyone from like getting too close. But the fact that she stayed, regardless of my flaws, or despite of my flaws, is a good sign. So, I feel like she understands me more than I understand her, and I don't know if I ever will understand her. But I'm doing my best. It's like everything that I'm doing is trying to just basically just make her happy. I don't know. I feel like I'm in this for the long run. Like I'm built for long relationships.
That's lovely to hear, though, because I think even if you think that you don't understand her, but the fact that you also understand her emotionally, you allow her the space to be emotional, which she does in return allow you to be logical all the time and allow you to just be you and be your own individual. That's why your relationship is strong. No doubt.
Yeah. She has her hobbies. She has her groups of friends. I have my hobbies and my groups of friends. Whenever she says that she's gonna go out and play airsoft or hang out with her friends, I'm like, I'm fine. Yeah, go ahead. And then she does the same for me. So it's been working out so far.
I'm understanding Aquarius on a different level because of your relationship, Matt. So thank you very much for sharing that. Because Aquarius are actually they want you to respect their individuality, their space. Okay, so they want you to understand them but not judge them. And I think it's natural thing for all relationship. But because Aquarius, let's admit this, okay? I'm going to say it out loud, whether you like it or not. Aquarius is such a handful sign, okay? If you're not strong enough, if you're not mentally stable, sorry, look for other fucking signs. I just think that it is because you guys are so fucking intellectual. You're just black and white, no fucking gray area. I think that's the best explanation or ideology about Aquarius. You don't have gray area. No or yes. That's it. And some people don't respect that because, again, we grew up in a culture that, we have to be nice, we have to be polite, but Aquarius, no, they don't function like that. So if you want a straight answer, go to fucking Aquarius. So Matt, thank you for sharing that relationship. We're not done yet, okay? But I'm going to move on, let you rest. I'll let you rest, okay?
Thanks.
You're very welcome, but we're not done with you. Chris, now we're going to you. You already know Chris is in a same-sex marriage, so she's got a wonderful wife who's also fucking Aquarius. So this is where I want to know, okay? So Chris, what is it like loving someone who mirrors your emotional rhythm?
Actually, it's the opposite of that situation. Parang kapag nagkakwentuhan kami, lagi niyang sinasabi na mataas yung EQ ko. Ang tingin ko naman sa kanya, mataas yung IQ niya. So, she's very logical. Walang emosyon. As in, yes or no, yun na yun. Pero ako, niraramdam ko lahat. So, ayun.
So, it works. It's balance. It's
Yes,
like a yin
it's
and
very-
yang.
Yep. Yang. Kasi, gaya ng nasabi rin kanina, parang ang tagal din naming pinagtsatsahan or yung dance na paano ba, makikinig ba siya, mag-a-advise ba? Kasi very logical nga. So, sasabihin niya lang kung ano yung tama, yung fact. Pero ako, sometimes, I don't need facts. I just want you to listen. May naman yung couple na hindi natutulog ng hindi kami ayos. Marami sa paligid namin na parang life and death experience. So, we appreciate life in a deeper level na hanggat buhay kami or magkasama kami, parang we appreciate yung moments na meron kami araw-araw.
Do you understand each other instantly or do you clash because you're too similar? Because I already know that you're not very identical because you're emotional and she is very logical. But there's still a huge part of you as both Aquarius that you're quite identical when it comes to people, when it comes to outlook in life and love and everything else. So do you understand each other instantly or is there a clash?
Nung simula, there's a lot of clash. Hindi kami nagkakaintindihan. Pero kasi ngayon, parang 8-year relationship na. Dumaan na kami sa mga tests. So ngayon, alam na namin kung paano i-handle yung isa't isa. So before, parang gusto ko maging emotional din siya katulad nung sa akin. Tapos siya na gusto niya maging logical ako gaya sa kanya. So parang pinipilit namin na maging parehas kami ng personality na which is hindi pala dapat ganon. Dapat kaya kong itulong para mas maging better person siya ibigay ko. And siya din sa akin.
It's so nice to hear this because it's like you fill in the gap of one another. Diba? So it's like, okay, you're not requiring her anymore to be emotional because I am the emotional healer. You sit down. Let me take care of the emotions, okay? And then when you are too high in emotion, so okay, sit down. Let me do the logical. It's such a wonderful dynamic of a relationship because you literally function as two different people.
Yeah.
But you respect also the similarity that you have with one another. But same question with what I had earlier with Matt, Chris. Who apologizes first?
Same with Matt. Kapag alam ko na... Sorry. Pag alam ko na tama ako, I will not apologize. I stand my ground kahit gumuho yung mundo. Basta, wag lang bago matulog. Parang ganon. Pero, kapag alam ko na makaka-apekto na siya ng matindi sa mental health, that's the time that I step back. Hindi to say sorry, but
to talk about it.
To talk about it or cook, something like that. Prepare something for her. It's a different love language, like prepare coffee. At least she knows that I'm still here, but I'm not gonna say sorry because I know I'm right.
Matt, Chris, fuck's sake. But you know what? I say this. I laugh about it. I don't fucking say sorry too. No matter how wrong I am, you won't hear me say sorry. But like Chris, I will initiate the conversation. But I would require, this might be the bull in me, okay? I would require him to apologize, especially if I am right. Okay? I would require him. So let's say, okay, ang haba na ng away na, itulog na natin ito, tapos hindi pa rin tayo nag-uusap, or parang sa'yo, parang wala kang pakialam. Kasi Aquarius parang walang pakialam mga Aquarius pag nag-away kami. Tatanungin ko lang about kids, what time are you leaving? And tapos alam niya na, open na ito. Okay. But ibig sabihin, peace na kami. But I would say, about last night, I didn't like the behavior that you showed me. And then he would say, I know I didn't like the behavior you showed me too. Okay. But I'm the one who talked about the behaviors here. And I'm waiting. Pag may mali naman ako, I still wait for him to apologize kasi nag-react siya violently. Sorry. Ako na magsasuot ng sash, okay? Ako na yan. Akin na, salamat. Hihintayin ko pa rin siya mag-sorry, pero I will apologize. I think because that's not the Aquarius thing, okay? So it's the Taurus, okay? I admit my fault here, but you say sorry first. Okay? Sige. Hindi ko na kayo pagtatawanan. Okay? Chris, we're not finished with you yet, so ang dami kong daldal. Ano ba? Host ka dito, girl! She is the logical, okay, of this relationship. I assume she's the one who softens first, even if she's the logical one, okay? Because you don't say sorry. What have you learned about partnership from loving another Aquarius woman?
Parang yung balanse. Paano nga ba umintindi ng isang tao? Paano maging yung being empath? Doon pumapasok yun. Paano ko siya mas maiintindihan? And paano yung mga bagay, yung mga actions ko, iiwasan ko na masaktan siya. Hindi yung parang pipilitin ko na ibahin yung sarili ko. Pero parang innate siya. Ayoko siyang masaktan. So hindi ko gagawin yung mga bagay na alam kong masasaktan siya. Mahihirapan siya. Bago pa siya mahirapan, alam ko na yung mga dapat kong gawin. Para matulungan siya. Katuwang, really a partner in life.
Yeah, hindi na kayo individual. Kumbaga, you really think about each other. And my last question about your relationship is, do you feel the relationship you have now challenges the stereotypes of emotional expression and communication?
Yes. Kasi being together pa lang na babae sa babae, especially sa Pilipinas, it's very hard. Even before or even now, kahit na kasal na kami, in the eyes of our families, yun na lang yung parang pinangahawakan namin. At least we have our own people who understands us. Parang ganun. Okay na kami.
Buti na lang both kayo Aquarius, no? Kasi wala kayong pakialam. Diba? Can I just say that? Wala kayo, diba? Buti na lang talaga Aquarius kasi wala kayong pakialam. So now, whatever relationship you are in, it's not only for Chris, okay? For all Aquarius, what matters is your own world. That's what I got from this conversation about love. You don't care about anyone else anymore, about people's opinion about your relationship, about who you are, who your partner is. What is important is I understood my partner. My partner understands me. That's enough for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
At hindi naman sila yung kasama naming matulog tuwing gabi.
Yeah, hindi rin naman sila nagbabayad ng kuryente nyo, di ba?
Tama.
So, sorry, bakit ka may input dito? Excuse me. Thank you, Chris, for sharing that. Now, Mitz, I put you to last because I want to understand. It's not because you're single. Yes, she is single, but she's been to a lot of rough relationship as well. Very intriguing ang mga question mo, girl. Okay? You've mentioned earlier, Leo, was it your last relationship?
Yeah.
Leo. Okay, would you say Leo is the one who challenged you the most emotionally in the past relationship? Or may mas worst pa?
Actually, oo siya. Kasi talagang
Leo.
clash kami. Everyday clash kami. Kahit parang pag-inom ng tubig pa din namin pag-awayan. Ganon. Ganon kaliit na mga bagay. Kaya parang sabi ko, untoxic na. Yung incompatibility namin, parang buti hindi kami nagkapatayan. Though, very close. Ganong level.
The level of, as far as I know for Leo, they're kind of self-centered. Okay?
They are.
Important.
You're
Yeah.
not kind
The important
of.
is, yeah. I hope I find out more about the Leo, because I see the thing is, I'm fucking struggling to find a Leo female. I found 2 males, okay? So this we'll find out, Mitzi, okay? Because I know from my mother's point of view, they are quite kind of self-centered. It's all about them. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. See, the thing is, they're more really protective of themselves because it's just about me. And that can also be a negative thing. Everything has its own duality in life, right? So, but then again, it becomes too toxic. You would say Leo is the most difficult sign for you particularly.
For me,
as an Aquarius, yes.
Yep.
And what is the sign that feel easiest to connect with for you? Not only with the relationship, with friendship as well.
My best friend, 2 of the closest ones, is a Sagittarius and also an Aries.
Right. Yes. So
fire
Aries
signs.
is very emotional. Yeah. Aries are very emotional. So you need someone who are in touch with their emotions. So this is why Chris's marriage has worked. And same with Matt. Because Pisces and how do you call this? She is the Aquarius who's emotional, right? And then Pisces is also more in touch with emotion. So you've got Aries in your life and you've got Sagittarius. So those are the easier signs that you spend your life with or your time with. So what sign did you feel like you lost yourself?
I'm not sure if this is a sign altogether. He's a narcissist, so I think that's the reason why.
Yeah, when a narcissist comes in a relationship, it can break any signs, right?
Yeah. So, but the thing is, like looking back in that relationship, like objectively, kami yung masasabi kong like maayos, like daily life. We are very structured. He's Capricorn. We're very structured. Wala kami masyadong problema, like in a big sense. However, when like if you add narcissist to that equation, dun mahirap. But I don't think it's really more of the sign. It's really more of him being a narcissist and a pathological guy.
You are single. Is it a choice?
Right now it is. It's peaceful.
Yeah. When was the last relationship you had? Was it how long ago was that?
We broke up July 2024.
2024. That was a long time ago, right? So in this particular relationship as well, you said that this particular one taught you boundaries.
Yes. Actually, we were almost, his family wanted us to get married to the point that his mom sent in a family heirloom, that level.
I'm so glad you're able to walk away.
Yeah, I said no, because I can't have that life every single day.
Yeah, you deserve more. I always believe you deserve more. And I think you being able to walk away from that girl, you open a lot of doors. Okay, for more potential. Are you open for dating?
Yeah, so long as they're not stupid or anything.
Okay, are you careful now? Or you're just like, whoever comes in and let's see. Can you say that you were traumatized from that relationship?
I don't think I am traumatized in that relationship. It's more of like, the first few hours of conversation you have with a guy, I'm not sure if this goes like an Aquarius thing, but the first few hours, I already know this isn't someone I can spend the rest of my life with. I cannot even stand having dinner with this person. So why will I spend the rest of my life with this person? So,
oh my God! So you've got a very good intuition, Mitz. So that's good. It'll protect you moving forward. Yeah. I want to get to know you back as a group, okay? I know you Matt and Chris got partners, but I'd like to know, do you think Aquarians need a partner or a companion in freedom?
Honestly, I guess because my chart is kind of different. I'm Scorpio moon, so...
Girl.
Yeah, I know. It's so confusing.
Strong.
It is so confusing. Like, at some level, I want freedom, but I also want a partner, like probably scheduled. Like 8 to 5, like you're here, and then the rest of the day, can you just leave?
Yeah, leave, and then by 5 till 6, clinginess. Okay, 1 hour only.
Yeah, like buying food, so I'm happy, and like that kind. Like, let's figure out a routine here, that level.
Would you say you're a difficult partner, Mitz?
I'd say no.
I would say no, you don't. Okay, yeah, the crown. I would say you've got high standards and you know your worth.
Yeah, kasi like when I'm in a relationship, I become tawag dito. it's automatically a wife thing. I don't go from like dating to girlfriend and then you get the wife. No, you like the first day of dating, you get the wife. That's why I'm very careful to who I date, because that's who you get. That's premium package already. Like, bro, right? So it's not that I'm hard to be in a relationship with, but I do have standards wherein if you fuck up, I will tell you you fucked up and then we fix it together. If you don't want to fix it together, get the fuck away from me. Simple. Straightforward, but still not a lot of people understand.
Yeah, no. Yes, because they would think, oh, I fucked up. You love me, right? Well, you have to give me so many chances. No, sorry. Who are you talking to? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people complicate that kind of relationship, right?
Yes.
Okay, Matt, what about you?
Yo, what was the question? Sorry.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I was so fixated on Mitch's answer. I was like, yep. I can imagine just her having alarms on her phone and be like, okay, time's up. No more lumbing. Just go. Leave the room.
Don't touch me.
I need my alone time. Yeah, don't touch me. Now is my alone time according to my alarm.
But I get it though. I love it. I think I love that because I think we lack that kind of structure. Okay, I know the spontaneity is very important, okay? If you like spontaneity in your relationship, please, but there are some people who like structure like that, especially if you're it's not only about the sign, okay? About your personality. There are also something about medical condition, that you are ADHD or you're autistic and you just don't want to be touched. It's not your love language, right? But the question I had earlier is, do you think Aquarians just need a partner or a companion in freedom?
No, I don't. This is me coming from someone who only had 2 relationships in a very long term.
Yeah.
But no. My God, I can't believe I'm prefacing this with logically speaking. It just sounds.
I do not
so
expect
Aquarian.
any less from you, Matt.
I know. But yeah. Logically speaking, I think when it comes to, at least for me, I'd say being in a relationship with an Aquarian is very, it's like be in a relationship at your own risk. Like you probably have no idea what you're getting into, and you might see it within the first couple hours, days. And if you don't like it, then by all means. But my point being is that Aquarians are also very passionate, but it also depends on what we're passionate about. So, you have Aquarians who are very passionate with their career. So being in a relationship for them is going to be very difficult. Maybe they don't want it, but if they're forced into it or they fall into it, then it might not work out in the long run. But there are Aquarians who are very passionate in being in a relationship. So I would say a majority of the time, Aquarians won't be passionate in a relationship. They'd be passionate about something else, either their hobby, their family, or, other family members, their friends, whatever it is. But I believe that it's rare for an Aquarian to be passionate in a relationship. So I'm saying no.
Would you say that, okay, scenario based for everyone, you are in a relationship and you love the person, and of course you fight, it's a normal thing. And let's say you fought, there's a big fight, and then that person walked away. Do you have the tendency, because I want to understand if this is an Aquarius thing, do you have the tendency to fight for it, or just, there's the door, no more chasing? Have you ever chased someone, especially in a relationship, to stay with you? Mitz, I know that smile.
I want to answer first really quick, because
go on, Matt.
The reason my first relationship failed, and also the reason why it lasted that long, because I was cheated on 4 times. And I stayed in that relationship, with the belief of like, you know what, if I'm ever going to be, and again, I was young, very immature when it comes to, being in a relationship. And I really believe that if I were to fall in love, it would be whoever that person would be my life partner. So I try to make it work time and time again. Eventually, I said, like, you know what? I think I deserve better. Like, who the fuck am I kidding? And like, I'm just doing this to myself now. And in my current relationship, there was a time wherein, we both kind of thought about it. It's like, I think this might not be healthy for us in the long, for the long term anymore. and I think we should call it quits.
Mhm.
Right. So, there was a time wherein she walked away, and we started the relationship off with me fighting for her. And in my head, it didn't make sense to, for me not to fight for her, at least not to give it another try,
Mhm.
since I'm the one who sort of fought for her in the first place. And I
Mhm.
even told her that she's 100% worth the wait. She's worth waiting for. And if I need to wait, 1,000 years more, then I'm definitely gonna stay and wait for her. So yeah, we've that part has worked out, but I did learn in the past that I was that type of person, which is what put my boundaries up in the first place.
That's good because so it means you allow people to walk away from you as well without chasing them. As long as you know that you fought your good fight.
Correct. Yeah, honestly, I don't see myself with anyone else. I don't know if it's just the age, but like if we were ever, if we were to break up at this point, it's like I don't want to be in a relationship anymore if that ever happens. Yeah.
How about you, Chris? Have you chased someone who walked away from you?
Yes.
You did.
Yeah. I think myths know that, especially during that phase in my life. Alam mo yung pakababa ka. Hanggang sa babang baba ka na. Pero at least alam ko sa sarili ko na I have no regrets. Babalikan ko yung panahon na yon na alam ko, at least ginawa ko lahat bago ko isara yung binto. Parang ganun. At least ngayon, I can, or after that moment, na na-realize ko, teka lang, parang mas mababa pa to sa kalapati eh.
Mhm.
So parang tama na. Ayun. So, and alam ko sa sarili ko na I can't hold myself back instantly. That's the reason why umalis ako ng Luzon and I went to the island of Siargao. Kasi alam kong malayo and mahal yung ticket.
I think I've got a conclusion without hearing Mitz, okay? Because I think I know what's Mitz's answer, but I'm still going to ask you, Mitz. Between Matt's and Chris' stories, I think it was still logical, even if you chased that relationship, the past relationship at some point. It's because you don't want to lose. You're quite competitive. You don't want to tell yourself na give up ako. So that's the logical side of you saying, I'm not going to lose in this. I need to fight a good fight before I actually say done. Because when you look back or when you talk about that in the future, you don't want to keep telling, or you don't want to tell a story that, yeah, I have given up because it's not your thing. Am I right?
Yep, you're correct. It's kind of like that. And may mga bagay lang talaga na siguro as an Aquarian, kapag pinasok ko yung isang bagay, papanindigan ko siya. Hanggang kaduluduluhan, hanggang magsugat-sugat, umiyak ka lahat, maglumpasay ka. Or kahit ano, at least nagawa mo yung sukdulan. And after nun, marirealize mo, mag-snap back ka na lang na, ay, teka lang.
Tama na.
Tama na to. Oh.
Yeah, tama na to. How about you, Matt? Did you think, are you also competitive? Like, is it because you fought for that because you know it was a good fight, but then again, because it's mostly the weight of not wanting to lose?
Competitive, yes. But I think it's also aligned with what Chris mentioned. It's just living without regrets. Like, I absolutely do not regret anything in my life. And I also believe that if I hadn't experienced what I had with my previous relationship, I wouldn't be in my current relationship this long.
The learnings, yes.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So it's all like a domino effect. You know, without those challenges, you wouldn't realize, the worth or the gift of the relationship you have now. Now, Mitz, have you chased someone?
No. But
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
no.
Girl, keep talking.
I'm the one who walks away. I'm the one who always walks away. But then I also
You
resonate what Chris said. Na, the thing is, yes, I'm the one who walks away, but I always come back because andun yung point ko na kailangan ko siya ilaban. No matter how many times I leave, I try to leave. If I see it in me na parang hindi kaya pa, may natitira pa naman sigurong hope dito sa relationship na to, ilalaban. Like in my head, nilaban ko hanggang dulo. And also, partly Mitz. Kasi ayoko yung tipong makikipag-break tapos babalik. Ayoko nung ganun. Like, gusto ko kapag break, tapos na. Wala ka nang babalikan sa akin. Kahit na sulyapan mo ko, wala ka nang magagawa. Like, pag sinabi kong tapos na.
Okay, is that an Aquarius thing? Like final decision. When you walk away, that's it. Is that it?
Yeah, most of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Kasi nga napag-isipan nyo na siya ng mahusay 'di ba? Nailaban mo na siya. Bakit mo pa ipipilit? Okay, now, ito na tayo ha. Let's go with a truth serum. So this is a quick fire question, okay? We'll start slow, okay? So whoever is, you'll just have to say me or raise your hand if it's you, okay? First question, this is just a preface, okay? It's not the truth serum yet. So first is, who's the emotionally guarded? Matt is emotionally guarded. You want to explain that yourself, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't normally wear my emotions on my sleeve, if I'm understanding the statement correctly.
Yes. So you're more, literally, you are always thinking, on a thinking hot chair.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, okay. So you're emotionally guarded, Mitz? No. How about you, Chris?
Oh.
No. Look at you. The male of the group is the emotionally guarded one.
Represent. Let's go.
I would say my husband would be as well. I think it's a male thing. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Are you secretly romantic? Yes or no?
Yes.
You
Yes.
are. You are as well. I love it. Who's the most stubborn?
Me.
Okay. Am I surprised? No. Okay. I love this one. The next one. Who's the hardest to read?
Me.
So you have emotional leakage on your face, Mitz and Chris. So people can read you easily because if you're annoyed,
yeah. This is the facial
Okay,
expression.
so which is understandable. I mean, makes sense when Matt said, I'm emotionally guarded and you'll never read me. You'll never read me.
I feel like I have a resting bitch face. That's why. So
You
people
do.
just automatically assume that I'm mad or I'm annoyed or there's something wrong.
You do have
So I
a
think-
resting bitch face.
That's great to hear. I'll take it as a compliment.
It is a compliment, yes. So because your face got a boundary already, don't fuck with me.
Yeah,
That's it,
yeah.
yeah?
Perfect.
But what I like about what I've noticed with Mitz, can I just say this, Mitz? I love you, but you've got a leakage emotion on your face. You don't like something, you can see it on your face.
Yeah.
Chris is harder to read, okay? Chris is because she's got a very soft face. You can't tell she likes you, she doesn't like you. So she's gonna trick you. I approach cautiously, okay? Mitz though, I already know, no, fuck with her. Don't fuck with her. Same with Matt. I would say very, very similar, okay? Now, I like this. I think this will all be you. The one most likely to disappear and recharge.
Yes.
Me.
Okay. All right. Now, are you ready for the quick fire? So this is the real quick fire, okay? Right. I'm going to go one by one because this one is just not a no and a yes, okay? One word people always use to describe you, Mitz.
Intimidating.
Okay. I'm not going to ask you to explain, guys, okay? This is a quick fire. How about you, Chris?
Masungit.
Masungit, yes. Agree. I agree with Mitz as well. Matt.
An asshole. Yeah.
I knew it! Oh my God, you know what? I should have actually typed my answer and showed it to you because that's all in my head. I'm going back to the first time I met Mitz and Chris. I've got the fucking same first impression. With Matt, this is the first time I've met Matt. And I've got that, he's exuding this arsehole, okay? And if you ask me, I love arsehole people. My best friend, who's Indian, is a dickhead. So I call him a dickhead. It's because they're so truthful. They've got no filters. I love those types of people. I love those, your type of people. Okay, next. Ooh, alone time or social time?
Scheduled.
That's
I
the
love that
safest
answer.
one.
Put it in a calendar.
Yeah. I don't mind the social time. Let's schedule it.
Okay. So do you as well prime yourself, Mitz, right?
Yeah. I need
Okay,
to.
you need priming. Okay. Do you go for that, Matt? Or you also
I
need to be
prefer
like
alone
all
time.
you prefer alone time.
I
think
prefer
it's
alone
your
time,
introversion personality, right? Okay. I like this. Do you forgive as easily or do you remember everything?
Neither. Sorry, I don't forgive easily, but I also don't remember the details. I remember the feeling, if that
Okay.
makes sense. So, like, if I'm sorry, it's quick fire, not supposed to explain anything. So, yeah.
Yes, you're not supposed to explain it. So you remember
Forgot.
the feelings, but you forget everything about it. You know, let's say, so it's a similarity, identical situation that happened. You will remember, oh, hang on a minute, teka lang. I recognize this. I remember this
Yeah.
from the past.
Yeah.
Very Aquarius. You know how funny? I asked the same question to Virgo. They remember everything. And you don't. Considering you guys are logical, you don't. Because you are very selective on what you allow even in your own head to run.
I thought
You
it
don't
was a
forget-
memory gap thing.
I think it is you. You're logical because it's not important. Why would I file you? You file away, girl. Sorry, go to exit. This is so surprising for me because it's like I would assume that Aquarius would remember everything because they're logical, you know. But you don't function like that. Not important. Sorry. Bye. Now, this is a one by one question. I'll start with you, Matt. Biggest Aquarius strength?
Intellect.
Mitts?
Same actually. Intellect.
Intellect. How about you, Chris?
Loyalty.
Loyalty. Love that. Okay, now, biggest Aquarius flaw. Chris?
Wait. Makasarili. Madamot sometimes.
You know, can I just say, Chris had a pause there. Flaw? Do I have a flaw? I think she forced herself to think of a flaw. You know what I mean? She's like, do I have a flaw? I saw the split change of a, how do you call this reaction? Flaw? And then she said, maybe this is a flaw. Okay, Mitz, what is the biggest flaw of Aquarius flaw that you have?
Not always being emotionally available. Like not like everyone not having access to that.
That's a good one. Matt,
I'm going to say intellect as well.
your biggest flaw. That's a good
Yeah.
one. Why? Okay, I'd like you to explain that. Why?
I think I mentioned this in the questionnaire, like the pre-interview questionnaire, was that it's common sense isn't common, and it being smart sometimes puts me in hot water with other people. Like it's like being too good, smart for your own good. So
Yes.
yeah, so like most people don't want to hear it, and I often get in trouble, especially if it's like at work. You know, with the professionally, whatever it is, I think it's also my biggest flaw.
Can I be honest? I love every time I have a conversation, I want to speak to an Aquarius. My husband is one, right? I always want an intellectual conversation, and it's my husband. Because I get a fucking common sense out of that. I learn something out of that conversation. It's never boring. So I love Aquarius when your thought process is so different because mine is slow. It's catching up. Hang on, Aquarius. Hang on a minute. Okay. But this is where Aquarius comes in. I'll reel you in. Come on. I'll bring you in. So you don't leave people behind. You just let them, you allow them to enter your world and understand it in your way of understanding. Because some people, it's taking a while to understand that. Now, let's keep going on this quick fire, okay? Your love language. What do you give most, Chris?
Time.
Time. Mitz?
Acts of service.
Acts of service. Matt?
Acts of service.
Acts of service. Love that. Okay. Love language. You struggle to receive. To receive, okay? You struggle to receive as an Aquarius. Matt?
God. What other love languages are there? The verbal one.
Is it like the communication? So do you struggle to get that from people? Because you're very communicative. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So when you don't meet the person and the level of communication that you have, and you have the tendency to get out, right? To feel bored. Is that what you're saying, Matt?
Yeah, it's more. I've learned to ask more questions just so I can get, the answers from other people.
Yeah.
And often a lot of people like going into tangents or running around in circles when they communicate. So it just frustrates me sometimes when the conversation doesn't progress. It's like a pet peeve of mine. So I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, hold up. I have this question so that we can move forward, and then let's
So we can
move on.
continue.
Let's continue with the
Yeah.
conversation.
Before I judge you that you are tanga, let me ask you this question, okay?
Mine is like, you're an idiot unless proven guilty. It's like driving in the Philippines everyone in the Philippines, all drivers are like lahat sila bobo. And like that's what driving school in the Philippines teaches you. Like every single one of them, lahat yan ng mga driver na yan tanga. So to me, it's kind of the same. It's like everyone's an idiot unless I've proven that they're smart enough. Yeah.
What
Again,
about
just
you?
me being an asshole.
I think it makes sense though, Matt, if you ask me, because if I don't have the level of connection when it comes to communication, when it comes to, I don't know, when it comes of energy, when it comes to topics, I don't waste my time. I just walk away. And do you sometimes, I'm asking this particularly to Matt, do you sometimes in a group and initially you enjoy, the conversation and then suddenly it veered into a different topic that you're not really interested and you find yourself there thinking, how do I exit?
I definitely detach myself from that conversation. Like once they start talking about cars, for example, or dinosaurs for whatever reason, it's like I don't know anything about this and I can't contribute, meaningfully to this conversation. So I'm just gonna shut up and wait till you guys move on to something. I do, yeah. I'm just quiet in the corner.
Oh, so it's a lot easier to actually see Matt is bored because he's starting to like really be quiet.
Yeah.
Which is it not your nature to be quiet? Well, you're introvert, right? But if you are in your own circle, people should know that okay, he's not enjoying this conversation because he's quite quiet, right?
Yeah. Once you
Okay.
as an introvert, once you start a conversation with a topic that I'm highly interested in, you can't shut me up. Like that's how you know I'm invested.
Yeah. Well, maybe you are not an introvert, you are an ambivert.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay, now, Mitz. So what is the love language you struggle to receive as an Aquarius?
Yeah, same thing. Communication. Because if it's not interesting, why am I talking to you?
Yeah. So you'd rather just be quiet. Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Chris?
Actually, the same.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Isa lang pong natutunan natin dito sa mga Aquarius, ayaw rin po nilang bobo. Okay? Kung medyo bobo po kayo, wag na po kayo makapag-usap sa Aquarius. Pwede pong maghanap na lang kayo ng ibang sign. Wag din Virgo. Ayaw din nila ng bobo, okay? Next sign, itry nyo. Wag Aquarius and wag Virgo. Okay, next. What instantly drains your energy?
Bobo.
Chris.
No,
Bobo.
kidding.
Bob.
I love it.
Kasi parang bakit ka pa nagsasalita? Ano ba yung sinasabi?
Brother, what's that?
Aray ko, teka lang. I thought I won't get anything like, my God, teka lang. Bobo. Ayaw, okay, so ayaw ng no sense kind of topic. No sense. So, okay. Ooh. All right. Are you predictable or full of surprises?
Full of surprises.
Full of surprises. Mitz and
Ako, I
Matt,
can
Matt,
go.
Matt is full of surprises. You can go both. You're full of
depends
mystery.
on,
Okay.
Depends on who knows me.
Okay, perfect. Now, this is what I like, okay? What makes you feel deeply seen?
Pag may naalala ka na sinabi ko from way back, na alam kong one time ko lang siya sinabi tapos naalala mo siya.
Or like, let's say what you like, your favorite na banggit noon, tapos and then okay.
Yeah.
So it means that person is attentive.
Yeah.
O, talagang
So,
hindi bobo,
pupunta ka
no?
ulit. Oo.
Oo. Kasi pag bobo, hindi maalala yun eh. Sorry po sa mga bobo, ha? Medyo hindi po, ang topic na ito hindi po para sa inyo. Maybe about you, but para hindi po para sa iyo. Okay, Chris, what is yours?
Siguro kapag alam ng partner ko kung ano yung magkapasaya sa akin, okay na yun.
So it means knowing you deeply, not just on the surface, okay? Matt.
That is interesting because I don't care to be seen. Weird. This is why I switched my careers from being a trainer who's like on stage in front of a class to a learning content developer and an instructional designer, which is back of from the back of the scenes or behind the curtain to creating the course that the trainers deliver. It's just not something that I'm ambitious about. Like I could rarely care about if I'm seen or not. So I don't
so
know
interesting.
how to answer that
So
question.
you don't know. You don't need to, okay? Because answer is enough because you don't really perform to find your value because the value you know is always within you. Am I right?
I do want what I'm doing to be valuable, but like I don't want the recognition of it. I would often divert the recognition elsewhere. So like when someone I can't even handle compliments. I don't like compliments, but I've trained myself to just say thank you and nod whenever someone gives me a compliment. But it makes me feel awkward and uncomfortable whenever, people want to recognize, what I've done, my work and stuff. And I'm like, okay, yeah, thanks.
Matt,
like,
I'm going to break your balls here, okay?
go for it.
You said you're a dickhead or an arsehole. I'm sorry to break it to you. I don't think you are. I think you are the most nice man, one of the nicest man I've met. Because the fact that you don't want to be seen, you don't even want to take recognition of, let's say, a part of your work that you did with other people or even your own work, you don't care about that. Because that speaks volume about who you are as a person. That you are so secure, just like what Chris said. I think this is an Aquarius thing. I could be wrong. You are so secure that you do not look outside validation and external validation. And this goes with Mitz as well for how she answered her questions. She's not even looking for love to get love because she can give it to herself. Sorry, Matt, you're not an arsehole. Maybe yes, you are a little bit, but I think you are such a wonderful man. Now
Thanks.
I know, Chingai, I got you. I got you now, Chingai.
I am a nice person. That's what I tell myself. I even put it on my resume too. Like when interviewers ask, I'm a nice dude. So like I even have like the asshole, is really what people, like their perception of me. And it's not that I'm playing a part. I really, kind of am very blunt and call it like how I see it. And people don't like that. And they're like, you're an asshole. Like, yes, I am.
Yeah. Wear it as a badge, Matt. Because
I'm a nice asshole. I'm a friendly asshole.
Yeah, okay. I can't believe that we can actually put the nice and the arsehole together in one sentence. But there's always a first for Matt, right? Okay. But we're not finished, okay? Because we talked about the truth serum. That's a quick fire, okay? But what I like here, before we go to this famous Aquarius energy, there's one more question from the truth serum, okay? Who is the most text back in 3 business days? Aquarius here.
Do you have that?
More than 3, yeah.
Do you go by schedule as well, Mitz? That I will text you back maybe within 5 working business days like a fucking bang.
So I leave people unseen, but I have a list of people that I reply to immediately. But the rest, I leave unseen because I don't like it kapag sa phone ko may badge. Isiseen kita kasi hindi ba kita re-replyan?
Ayoko lang yung notification, girl. That's the contribution I can do with this conversation.
Yes.
Okay?
I'm not afraid
So-
na parang magsisin ako ng tao. Okay lang, kahit ghost kita, ge.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so all of you are more than three fucking business days, and one of you, Mitz, won't even reply to you. Ooh. Okay, now we'll go to famous Aquarius energy. Okay, so I am going to name some well-known Aquarians. Tell me who you resonate the most and why. Okay. I'm going with the first one. So you could have as many. Okay. The first one, visionary and powerful. Yes, you find yourself in that midst. Matt,
Yeah,
do you?
yeah.
You do. How about you, Chris? Visionary and powerful. You do. Okay. I'll tell you who it is later. Now, next, creative and expressive.
Yep.
Okay. All of you. Passionate and intense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All of the above.
Yes. All of the above. Bold and unapologetic.
Yes,
Definitely.
definitely.
I like how we all laughed at that. Like, you know who you're talking to, right? Like, you know the group that you're talking to.
Next, focus and mentally driven. No?
Mentally
Okay,
driven. Yeah. Focus.
Yes?
Not sure. So
Focus, not really.
Okay, so when you say not focus, what do you like multitask in your head?
all the time.
Fuck's sake.
Same.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you. Before I do tell you who are these people, which one resonates the most? Visionary and powerful, creative and expressive, passionate and intense, bold and unapologetic, focused and mentally driven. You can have 2. Just mention
Passionate
the
and
behavior.
intense.
Passionate and intense, okay? Okay, hold that thought, Chris. What about you, Mitz?
The creative and also the passionate.
Creative and passionate, okay? What about you, Matt?
I'd say creative and expressive with, was it bold and unapologetic?
Unapologetic.
A very
So
close
two,
second,
okay?
yeah.
Right. So I'm going to give you all of them, okay? So visionary and powerful is Oprah Winfrey. So she's Aquarius. Creative and expressive is Harry Styles. You know him when he performs on stage, right? He's very expressive. He wears whatever the fuck he likes, okay? Passionate, intense. Shakira! Yeah, Shakira. Yes, very passionate and intense. Okay, bold and apologetic. You already know this because of a lot of gossip about this person, Ellen DeGeneres. Watch one of her episodes. You would know she's very outspoken. She uses humor as well to disclose something truthful and factual, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is where you, Matt, comes in. You use humor to actually enjoy the conversation. Now, focused and mentally driven is like Michael Jordan. So when you've got a goal,
makes sense.
that's the goal. Yeah. Okay, who is the least like you?
Michael Jordan. I'm not black.
Michael Jordan.
No,
Same. Michael Jordan.
Michael
for
Jordan.
me.
It's because you're not focused, right?
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
you, Mitz?
Same.
Yeah. Okay. Which celebrity Aquarius would be your best friend from there?
Harry.
Harry Styles.
Yeah. Matt?
I probably, I guess. I don't know.
Is it Ellen DeGeneres? The bold and
I
apologetic?
don't like her.
Yeah, you don't like her.
I don't like her. I do have a favorite Aquarian.
Okay, who
And
is
that's
it?
Thomas Edison that I resonate a lot with.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
you. Okay, can I ask this, Matt? Would
Yo.
you be best friend to a mirror version of you?
Probably, but I also see that, it wouldn't be like a friendship wherein we would hang out. It would be more of like an unspoken friendship where we know that we can
Connection and
well, we can connect, but it wouldn't be.
would you hate
Oh,
like another
definitely.
version
I
of you?
often tell people, whenever they say that we should have more of you. I was like, no, you definitely shouldn't. The world, one of me is already too much.
Is
you
enough.
Yeah, you don't want more of me.
Okay, let me ask Chris. Chris,
Yeah.
you would be. Yeah? How about you, Mitz? Would you like another version of you?
Yes, but then that would mean that I won't be friends with anybody else then. That's it.
I've got a twin here. So
Everything would
thank you
be
guys. Bye.
sketched.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, now which one you would clash with? Ellen.
Ellen.
Same. I think Matt as well, right? Did you say Matt? Yeah.
Yeah.
And if your personality was a mix of two, who would they be? So
For me-
I know Harry's style is going to be you, Mitz, and Chris, right? And Matt.
if it's just the traits, then it would be
Mhm.
Harry Styles and Ellen. Yeah.
Ellen. What about you, Mitz? If it's a mix of two, who would you be?
It's gonna be Oprah and Harry.
Oprah and Harry. So visionary and powerful and creative and expressive. What about you, Chris?
I think it's Harry and Ellen.
Harry and Ellen. So bold and apologetic. Now we're going through nearly the end of our episode. Now let's go deeper. Existential Aquarius, okay? Is belonging important to you or authenticity is more important?
Authenticity.
Authenticity. Same?
Authenticity.
Okay.
Some sense of
I know
belonging
Mitz. Yeah.
there, but just because like work and like social parts of it, but probably about 20% of it, majority would be authenticity.
Authenticity. So you want to see the real person than faking all the way through, right? Okay. Do you think love should transform you or preserve you? So this is interesting. You've got different types of love and outlook when it comes to relationship. Should it transform you or should it preserve you? Just leave you as is. Because I think Matt answered this before, but I'd like you to expound it.
For me, it's
I think
transform.
both.
Sorry, Mitz is transformed. Did you say? So you'd like to expand more,
Yeah,
right?
like
Okay.
the good ones and like
Okay.
change the bad ones to good.
Okay. Right. Okay. So it's a give and take relationship. Chris, you've got a different answer.
Yep.
Preserve.
I think both. Transform
Okay, both.
and preserve. Siguro preserve my personality and kung sino talaga ako. And transform kasi we grow together.
Together. Yeah, because it becomes when you're in a relationship, it's becoming now about you and the other person, right?
Yeah.
But if you're only going to choose one, would it be transform or preserve?
Transform.
Transform. Okay. What about you, Matt? Do you think love should transform you or preserve you?
I'm gonna go with transform.
Okay.
Mostly because I've had more time to think about my answer than the other two. So yeah, I'm saying transform because of I think life is a learning journey.
Yes.
In general. So if love doesn't transform you to be better than who you are, then what's the point?
That's true. That's true. Okay. Next. What scares you more? Losing freedom or losing connection?
Freedom. I could care less
Freedom.
about
Losing
connection.
freedom. Yeah.
Is it? Why?
Okay.
Okay. Why can you expand it more? Chris, let's start with you.
Siguro kasi wala na akong pakialam sa ibang connection. As long as I have my core, okay na ako doon. So, mas okay ako mas maging malaya sa kung ano yung mga gusto kong gawin with the people that I love. And kahit yung alone time ko, okay na ako doon. Yung quiet mornings, mga ganun.
Alam mo, they go hand in hand, freedom and connection, right? So if you don't have the freedom to express yourself, you lose connection. You lose the chance of getting to know the person that you can become with this person, right? What about you, Mitz? What was your answer again?
Same, freedom. Because,
Freedom.
yeah, I'm good with the people that I'm with now. I don't really need more. I'm okay with them. So, even with the alone time, I've been loving it so far. So, mas okay mag-plan if it's just me.
Understandable. What about you, Matt? Losing freedom or losing connection?
Losing freedom. I think the only connection that I need at the moment is internet, but that's mostly for work. But there is a part of me that also feels like I can also live without internet. That whole thought experiment of like, we'll give you $1 million if you live in a for X number of days in an isolated island. It's like, yeah, sure. I think like that. Not a problem for me at all.
I think I would do the same, My friend would always ask me, look at this meme. Would you slap for 1 million? Your best friend, I would. Said, I would even probably slap you already for 50,000, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, next. If people truly understood you, what would change? I don't think you care about this, but if people truly understand you though, without you having to open your mouth, just by being yourself.
It'll be safer to be me.
Yeah.
I think that's the term, safe.
You feel safe when people truly understand you, right? Without you having to open your mouth and explain further.
Yeah. Because
Makes sense.
just to add on that, because like for what Matt said, na like he thinks he's an asshole. Because yeah, that same thing too. Like people see me as a bitch because I speak my mind. And not a lot of people likes that. And pero kasi kapag kilala mo ko, you know that I don't mean like, alam mo yan, bad things to you or just I'm rude. It's just that kung hindi mo tanggap na bobo ka, okay lang. Like, hindi siya kailangan mag-reflect sa akin. Kasi I'm just letting you know, based on the things that you've said so far, kung mali yung kwento mo, sino ulit yung bobo? Ako ba ulit? So parang, diba?
Hindi mo lang kasama sa kabobohan mo. Diba? Ganon.
Diba? So parang if people just understand me, it'll be safe to just be me. Ay, hindi ko kailangan mag-filter, hindi ko kailangan ng anything else. Hindi mas madali.
This is now it makes sense why you have 6 friends.
Yep.
Why you have limited people, you have this particular house. I love that analogy so much. That everyone, yes, can come in, but doesn't mean you've got access on my basement.
True.
So I love that. So it's this safety net for you to be who you truly are. And that's very important though, because expressing yourself as you without having to change just so you can fit in a group or a setup, it matters so much that you're able to just spread your wings without people saying, ano ba yan, ang arte niya, ano ba yan, she's too upfront, she's too straightforward, too much, yes. Do you get that a lot, girls? You're too much.
Yeah. Because they cannot handle it because they're too weak.
Aray ko! Walang problema kay Mitz, okay? I'm described as too much because they're weak.
Yeah.
I get it, girl! You
'Cause
are
I've
the
met a
lottery
lot of-
winner. I always say that.
Diba? Kasi I've met a lot of strong women and men, and nobody told me sila like kayo, you never told me I'm too much. It's because everyone here is just like, we're average lang sa atin, normal lang sa atin yun. So if anybody calls me too much, ibig sabihin, mali, weak ka. Yun lang naman yung logical sense nun eh. If you see us too much, ibig hindi kita ka-level.
I love you. You know, he's so... Oh my God. Hang on a minute.
It's all true though. It's true.
Okay.
Wag ka... Matt! Alam ko, Chris, yun ang sasabihin. Teka lang, ha? Ibigyan niyo naman ako ng moment, puta. Ang lakas ng personality niyo lahat, eh. Teka lang, pwede huminga? Gusto mga to, eh.
Kala ko ba episode namin to?
Kaya nga. Teka lang, at tapang nyo, eh. Diba? See, you know how funny? When I interviewed Virgo, they are very upfront as well, okay? They speak their mind. But the difference is, they don't want to be cancelled. Kayo wala kang pakialam. I'm telling you, when we edit this video, my team will send me again videos of me because it's far too much for a Taurus that these power. It's a powerhouse. I'm sorry. You guys are so powerful, and it's not because you're just being like mean. I think you're powerful. It's your innate nature. And that makes this conversation is just so... Oh my God, it's eye-opening for me. Medyo, kasi itong inaminin ko ha, sobrang talino ng husband ko, sometimes nagsuswitch up ako. Kasi meron pa rin siyang his own identity, eh. Meron pa rin siyang his own thing na hindi ko magets, okay? So, sorry to cut you off, Chris. What were you saying again?
Kalimutan ko na. Mabilis po mag-move on.
Wow!
Ang bilis magdetach! Girl, ano ba? Ano ba? Teka lang ako dyan na ang bilis ko din mag-move on na parang naging Aquarius ako dito Remember, I'm half Aquarius, okay? So, ano nga yung sabi ko kanina? Ano nga yung explanation mo, Mitz? Oh my God.
Ano nga yun?
That's gonna be the edit. Oh my God. Nagets mo ba, Matt? Ay, sa pato. Tinanong ko daw si Matt. Wala na nag-detach din yan eh.
Yung takeaway ko lang was too much. Tapos hindi ko na alam yung
you're too much. Okay. So, was that something that you would remember, Chris?
Yeah, I think I remember na. I think yung question, ay parang yung answer ko is, I think it's gonna be a different world if naiintindihan kami ng mga tao. Kasi if we're not going to be perceived as masungit agad, may wall agad. If maiintindihan kami agad on set, it's a different world. Maybe there's a lot of connections or
Definitely.
friends, not just 5. But I think we don't need that. We're okay.
Yeah, you're okay. See, the thing is, you say all these things, you don't fucking care anyway. You know what I mean? And this works for your own world because you don't want a lot of people. Because whether you find that connection, if that connection at some point breaks, sorry, you're deleted off my Facebook. Leave the chat group, right, Matt?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Matt, now you. So how would you answer that question?
I'm gonna live up to my stubbornness and say that I don't think it's gonna change anything. Yeah, like if people understood me more. Honestly, I don't think I don't think I'm gonna change. I think it would change how they would perceive me. So yeah, I am leaning towards agreeing with what Mitz and Chris said about like it would be easier for people to accept reality as it is, and move on from there.
Perfect. Now, so what part of yourself though that you protect the most?
My peace.
I knew you're gonna say that. I knew you're gonna say
Ayaw
that.
namin sa bobo. No.
Pag may bobo ang gulo no? Chaotic. Okay. So, Teka lang, Matt. Kumalma ka. Sobra. Okay. So, you protect your peace. And I think it's understandable if everyone would have the same answer, right? So, because you function as your brain. So, your peace is more important than anyone else's feelings. Can I say that safely? Yes. Okay. Now, leaning on to the last 2 questions I have for you guys. What has being an Aquarius taught you about being human? What is about your sign that taught you to be human?
People have emotions apparently.
Teka lang.
When you say when you call it as it is, people get hurt. Like that, you're asking like, what has it taught me? It's like not everyone can accept reality. I feel like is what I'm going for.
I see what your point is. You think, well, now everyone has their emotion and some people function as their emotion. And so this is kind of like unfamiliar to you because you function differently. Does it make you feel more human that you are different from other people and you accept them as they are and you accept yourself as you are, Matt?
Sorry. Yeah, I accept that I'm different. So I don't know about whether or not we're defining what being human is, but I feel like it's a complex, complex range of emotions. So I totally accept that I'm not empathetic when I need to be. So I don't know if that defines me as not human, and I don't know what normal is, because from my eyes, I'm the normal one, and everyone else is just fucked up. It's like, why can't you accept it? Why is it hard for you to accept it? So, yeah, I'm into Bobo.
You have your own world, Matt. Okay.
That'd be the tagline for this episode.
Oh my God. Virgo said the same thing. Ayaw din nila ng bobo, okay? Pero kasi yung inyong level kasi is iba. So talagang you actually are willing to walk away from that conversation if it just doesn't make sense. Virgo would give you a chance and it's a complex difference of the sign, but there's a similarity there, but you still function differently. Mitz, what about you? What has being Aquarius taught you about being human?
Natawa ako sa sagot ni Matt kasi sasabihin ko dapat empathy. So, sinabi yun. Because it makes sense. The reason why I have empathy now is because I realize, people have emotions. If I say things without filter, people get hurt, people cry, people leave. So I learned empathy so that I can somehow mask my Aquarius.
It's like, how do you call this? Realizing that people take it personal.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, but to you, it's facts.
Yeah.
In court, when facts are being stated, the person hearing it can't be too emotional because they can't make a decision when they bring emotions in. So interesting. Yes, Chris, your turn.
Actually, na lang si Matt yung nauna. Same with Mitch, empathy. But different kind of empathy though. Kasi I have a friend who's been a tanga for like 3 years. So sabi ko sa kanya, instead of saying facts, stating facts, what I've been doing before, it doesn't work na eh. So ang ginagawa ko, 3 years ka palang tanga, girl. Gawin mo ng 10. Kaya pa. Sige
Reverse
na.
psychology.
Yes. So yun.
Oh
Diba?
my God, that's still very logical way of doing things though. Because if it was me, hindi nag-work yung mga advice ko, ano kayang pwede kong gawin? Hayaan ko na kaya siya mag-decide. No. I-reverse psychology mo siya, girl. Gusto mo
na
pa.
yan. Oo. Nasaktan ka lang. Go mo pa. Kulang pa yan.
Did that friend finally listen?
Nope. So may mga ilang years
Extend
pa
mo na.
siya. Yes.
Extend mo na, girl. Oh my God. Teka lang, ayokong tanungin kasi malalaman ng friend mo kung ano siya eh. At tanong ko sana kung ano sign niya eh. Pwede mo ba sabihin? Blip ko na lang.
Sige lang. Go. Virgo.
Oh. I was just saying earlier. Oh my God. You know why? Because Virgos got these filing folders in their head. So now they can refer back to the good things. Okay? So now kapag marami nag-uwi, ganon ang Virgo. Diba? Na-surprise ka, Mitz. Yeah,
No,
they have
because
filing.
My gay friend is also the same thing now. Nasa tough love phase ako sa kanya right now because logic doesn't work. So tough love muna. And it's the same. Ulit-ulit.
Marupok eh, marupok.
Sarap.
Okay, so ang Aquarius, you'll never meet someone who's marupok, okay?
Wow.
Ayaw din po nila lang bobo. Ano ba? Teka lang. Bago tayo matapos, last question. What advice would you give someone learning to love an Aquarius? So this is very interesting because this is you, especially for Mitz, okay? For anyone who's gonna meet Mitz, what's your advice, okay? Shall we start with Chris? Mitz, you'll give that person an advice, okay? Later. Chris.
Siguro, just learn your boundary. Know if kailangan ka ba niya para makinig lang o kailangan ka ba niya para magbigay ng payo or kailangan mo siyang bigyan ng alone time or space. So parang yun lang. Parang alamin mo kung saan ka lulugar pero accept all the phases, all the stages. Kung nasasaktan siya, yakapin mo lang. Kung masaya siya, sabayan mo lang. As long as alam ng isang Aquarian na meron siyang kakampi, okay na yun.
Oh, that was lovely. I love that. Okay, kung nakikinig ka man sa future jowa ni Mitz, ha? Take notes, okay? At saka, paki-download na po yung calendar app. Kasi kailangan booking everything eh. Book mo na para, o kaya Uber. Magtayo ka na sarili mong Uber, ha, Mitz? Kasi kailangan binubook eh. Lagyan mo na rin ng booking fee para hindi sayang ang oras, ha?
Oo, tama.
Pag may cancellation, kailangan meron ding cancellation fee, ganon.
Kailangan kumikita.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. How about you, Matt?
Advice to give someone who
is loving an Aquarian
is
person.
loving an Aquarian person, I would say be ready for the truth. I want to leave it at that and shut up. Yeah, no. I think that speaks volumes.
I love it.
Be ready for the truth.
See, the thing is, people, when the truth is being said, it's not always mean that I'm aimed to hurt you. I'm just stating the truth. But people take it on a personal level. This is why a lot of relationships break. Because I just heard the most, heartbreaking truth. But really, this is what the whole world needs. Truth. Truth will set you free. I always believe in that. And if you're not ready to hear that, don't ask an Aquarius, okay? Never ask an Aquarius for anything for any advice if you're not ready for a savage response. Okay, or might as well let's make it specific. Don't go to Mitz, Matt, and Chris for advice because they don't like bubbles. Okay, if you're not ready for that. Okay, now Mitz, what would be your advice for anyone who's loving an Aquarian? This goes for you as well.
Yeah. For adding to what they said, because I agree to everything. If you're not ready to grow with me in like all aspects, just leave me alone. I'm good.
Loud and clear. That is heard loud and clear. And I love what I love about that. Let's just not waste time.
Yeah.
No, don't waste my time. I won't waste your time. That's it. Done and dusted. If you're willing to have this relationship with me, then you have to go all in. If you're just going to go hot and cold, sorry, you know the exit.
True.
Wonderfully said. Thank you so much. Okay. But I think that concludes our beautiful episode. And I really hope you enjoy it. So before we end today, I just want to pause and truly thank each of you. Mitz, Matt, Chris, thank you for showing us the many faces of Aquarius, not just the stereotype, not just the mystery, but the depth, the independence, the quiet emotion, and the powerful individuality that lives beneath the surface. You have shared your minds, your truths, your boundaries, your ways of loving, and most of all, your courage to be fully yourselves, even when that means standing apart from the crowd. And that's what I love about your episode, because it got to know me, you individually. And I think I love you all, because even when that means standing apart from the world, from the crowd, and as a Taurus, I'm someone who finds comfort in stability, and I found stability today. I like the certainty. I like what's familiar. I like what feels rooted and secure. But today, you reminded me that growth doesn't always come from staying still. Sometimes it comes from questioning, from observing, from stepping back, from choosing authenticity over approval. You've shown me that independence is not distance. It's self-respect. That boundaries are not coldness. They are clarity. And that loving deeply doesn't mean losing yourself. It means choosing yourself and another person at the same time. So thank you guys for allowing us to understand Aquarius not as distant, but as intentional. Not as detached, but as discerning. Not as different, but as courageously original. It's been an honor to sit with your minds. I think I sat with your minds today, which I love the most. It's so emotionless. I love it. It made me laugh so bad. Your stories and your energy. What a beautiful reminder today that Aquarius is not just a personality. It's a way of experiencing the world. It's the courage to think differently, the strength to stand alone when necessary, and the quiet longing to be understood deeply, honestly, and without judgment. So from marriages that feel safe and expansive to relationships that challenge growth. So to journeys of independence and self-discovery, today we saw that Aquarius doesn't resist connection. They simply refuse anything that isn't real. And to everyone listening, if you are an Aquarius or if you love one, may you honor the freedom, depth, and authenticity that makes this energy so fucking powerful. And if there's one thing I'm taking with me today, it's the freedom and the connection that can exist in the same space. When you truly know who you are and you accept who you are, you sometimes do not need external validation. So until next time, everybody, stay curious, stay open, and keep becoming who you truly are. Because who knows? Next time, it's going to be your turn. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all. Bye.
Your turn. She's a bad. Her name spells Perfect. Welcome and take a seat with me. We speak our truth here at What's for Tea. Your turn now, let your voice be free. Your story, your